and welcome. Oh, my headset's not. Welcome to Aldrich Academy, presented by Tempo the Dragon.
Also, you may or may not have had a stroke when you were counting us down. I heard 5, 4, 3, 2. I go, 2 doesn't come before 3. What?
I'm Izzy, and I'll be Headmaster for this evening. We're going to start with our usual opening announcements with thanking our favorite goose and character artist, Mackie. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Mackie.
welcome.
I hope your computer cooperates for the rest of the stream.
It should. I was trying to do too much at once on it.
We'd also like to shout out Carly for our Aldrich Academy name tiles. They adapted the logo created by Mackie into these cute tiles. And we'd like to thank Sam now. Ugh.
I have
Sam.
Thanos. I was like,
Yep, Thanos. We'd like to thank Thanos for your snap. No. We'd like to thank Sam for our background artist for allowing us to turn your beautiful backgrounds into the Aldrich Academy overlay. In my head, I go through all of these perfectly every single time. I have a script in front of me that I wrote for this. I don't think I've nailed it once. Anyways.
Excuse me, you're nailing it every single time.
We rip that script from you and say no.
You can find all of our artists' Twitters in the chat. Lastly, we'd like to thank each of you. Thank you to our followers and subscribers for taking the time to watch us flail around haphazardly. What else? Do we have anything else? No, we don't have anything else.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
We have
Yes,
a
you
remember-
normal.
Yeah, remember our D&D donation
Wait.
tiers? It's $1 or 100 bits for to grant guidance to a player, so +1 to their rolls. $3 or 300 bits to give them inspiration, so a D6 to their rolls. And again, as always, $10 or 1,000 bits, new character who dis. You create a custom NPC for the stream. You can also find that information in our chat. I'm pointing to where the chat is for me. It's right here. It's down here in front of me.
It's down there for all of us.
It's probably there for
I
everyone.
don't know what you're talking about.
Liz,
I mean,
with
for the
friggin-
phone, it's down there, I think. And then
I just moved the chat because I realized yesterday it would be. I had a whole thought process yesterday where I was like, it's more efficient if the chat's on my left side. So I was like, let's move it over. It's always been on my right, so I'm now it's a whole thing. Ignore me.
When we last left you, with Apollo still unconscious back at the tavern, the party, with the aid of Argyle, Rojas, and Matthias, found themselves face to face with an unthinkable conflict. Towering over the 50-foot walls that protect the city of Strom was a giant, elk-like harbinger queen. So far, so good. With the queen's eye set upon converting the population, she released countless shadow-like creatures known as parasites into the city. I'm giving you lore here at the same time. One by one, the shadows that avoided the party began converting the unsuspecting citizens into twisted, mindless abominations of their previous selves. A mass culling, unlike any that had been seen inside these walls before. With knowledge that harbingers in the past had never breached Strom's defenses, the party was forced into action, banding together to protect the citizens at any cost. On the other side of the city, Apollo awoke from his unconscious state and saw a young girl being attacked outside by a harbinger. Knowing that a child couldn't possibly be a match for the oil-like creature, they immediately stepped into gear and leapt out of a nearby window to reach the child's side, only to discover that they were actually quite talented at combat and defeated the creature together. She then claimed she was going to return home to safety. I don't know what Squid found, but they weren't happy about it.
Sorry, my shirt is coming apart.
Apollo then trekked through the city, aiding anyone they could find on the way before locating the party, right as they defeated the Harbinger Queen. A couple of things happened, and then they ended up face to face with Mabel, who was now no longer claiming, well, I don't think they ever claimed to be grandmother.
They never claimed. Rojas told me that they were my
Rojas did. And that's where we were. Apollo. Are you muted?
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
You said but years from now?
Yes. Fuck. I need you. Do Shay voice. Do Shay voice. I need it. I need it.
Okay.
All right, we're there now.
There you go.
That's my attempt.
You need what is this machine's called where they set the pace for you in music?
A
Metronome.
metronome.
You needed a metronome, but a
Um,
Shay metronome.
A shade Ramon? No.
I'm starting to assume that that's where you're all from too.
What would ever possibly give you an idea like that?
Well, at first I thought that maybe it wasn't but now I think you might be my way back.
Are you supposed to be back?
I'm not supposed to be here.
This is very much a complication that we're going to need to bring to Rojas's attention.
Are we
Right. We should probably go.
okay?
I'm just going to very awkwardly just start going in the direction the party actually did go. And
All right.
assume that she follows.
So you return back to the party.
You collected another one. Okay.
There is a complication here that
Okay.
we must address it first before we move on any further.
So the whole thing about like getting her away from sneaking and shadowing us is just the opposite, I guess, right?
Please say the thing that you said earlier that confused me very much.
Damn it, I can't get there anymore. I'm starting to think that you are also from the future.
What?
Huh.
Real
When in the future?
Well, there was a train accident, and then I found myself here. I've been here for about 13, 14 years, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little less.
Great.
So Serena is going to say backwards.
You don't know what a train is, by the way.
No, but Serena is going to say backwards. So, what's your mother and father's name?
Eh? Is your friend okay?
Never mind. Just checking.
Okay, so that's 9 things that need to. Dorian just opens up his book and starts furiously writing.
See, like I said, there are so many more complications doing this than was previously thought.
Okay,
Can you
hold
tell
on.
me what's going on? And are you my sister?
Okay, before we get to that, because a lot of people lie to us, you need to test this person in some way to prove that they are who they are.
That does keep happening.
How? I just
Is there
I
anything
don't
that you
really
used to
have
do
trains
as
here right now.
children?
Yeah, something
well,
you remember doing as kids, details about this train you were
How
on,
about
something.
being on a train that exploded?
Serena will take a little knife and make a little cut on her thumb and say, "This makes a difference."
Makes a
Wait,
difference?
the different sides look different when they do this.
Different sides?
I think what they are attempting to say is that we need to check your blood.
Oh, that's terrifying. I also know a less invasive way, if
I
you're
mean,
willing.
I
well,
have a wound.
untrue. It's more invasive somehow.
Okay.
You do?
What happened in the train crash?
Harbinger appeared, blew up.
And how did you end up getting hurt?
Hurt?
You said you had a wound.
I meant from the current fights that we were having. I have a wound. And she gestures to the blood on the side of her body
Oh,
from the wound.
is she just bleeding?
She's
Yeah.
bleeding.
That's
you want
not
me
What
to-
color is it?
The normal color of blood.
Do you want me to
Dory,
deal with
could
that for?
you-
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't. That's not good. Okay, I'm just gonna. Are you okay with me giving you some like medical attention? You're fine with? Are you
Sure.
okay? Okay. And I'm just gonna bandage her up, and use another of my healer's kit to give her minimum. I rolled the minimum, so it's 5 plus however many hit dice she has.
Okay.
But on the train when the Harbinger attacked, what exactly happened?
To be honest, I don't really remember all of it. I was really small.
Yes, you were really small.
Okay.
I remember lots of blue light. I remember a bunch of strange women, harbingers. They were fighting, and then there was a loud explosion, and then everything derailed, and I could feel myself being flung, and then I wasn't there anymore. There's this orphanage nearby that took care of me until I was 16, but
Do you remember why you were on the train? Like what you're gonna go do?
I think there was a tournament or something. I don't really remember though. It was so long ago.
Yep, no, but yep. We were on the train to go to the tournament that was being hosted for the crowning of the new Queen of Waterstrahd, and a Harbinger attacked, and you stepped in front of me when one of them went to hit me, and then there was a flash of a light, and then you're just gone. Okay. This is a lot to work through.
And how much was it again? 5 plus dice.
5 plus your hit dice.
Hit dice. I
Okay.
don't know how many hit dice she has. Her
Shit.
maximum number.
Do you know a way back? I know that this is basically my home now, but if there's a way back, I would like to go there. How are our parents?
You know, that's a really loaded question. So, okay. So technically speaking, if you are my sister, we're not actually from this side, from the Alpha side. We're from like a side B, like you flip the planet over, and then there's like reality. There's another reality where things are kind of different. So technically speaking, we're from side B, but I ended up on side A to parents that knew I wasn't actually their child, and they're still alive, I think. I haven't talked to them in a while. There's a cat that walked by, and then we kind of like, I found that out, and then I found out that our parents really weren't my parents, and then they really probably didn't love me. They just took care of me out of, I want to say spite a little bit, but maybe not. But like side B parents, I don't know if they're still alive or not, because I haven't really found them or tried to talk to them or anything like that.
I think we're going to need more time to explain this. I really don't understand.
I don't either.
I'm
Okay,
not
let's-
sure
let's-
how much
let's
we
take-
should be explaining.
Let's take this one to Rojas, and we'll move on from there.
I believe that is the best course of action.
Okay.
All right, so you're heading back to the school then?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There are still, I will note, there are still fights that are happening throughout. You do pass by some creatures that are being destroyed by soldiers, such as Nadir and the rest of them. Other than that, it seems to be mostly under control. Is anyone wanting to like stay outside and protect, or just everyone going to the school? And...
I'm actually not going to let them. The sooner they get out of my timeline, the better, in my opinion.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, if I see anything around Nadir, I just shoot one frostbite at any enemy. Just go, do not die.
No, he's mostly commanding at this point. So then that's the decision. You're all just heading directly to the school?
Oh yeah, I'm just like stonewall walking to the school,
Yeah.
Okay.
muttering to
Me-
I'm
myself.
ignoring everything around us so I don't get involved.
I'm just
Okay.
keeping an eye out for danger.
Then are you trying to stealth there, or are you just going to walk? Like, I know you're ignoring everything, but do you want everything else to ignore you as well?
There's like active battles right in this area.
Not in this area, but you did see a lot of those parasites head into this city. You'd never know when a harbinger might appear out of nowhere. Regular citizens don't have the ability to protect themselves like you can.
Stealth it is.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I just had a bombshell dropped on me.
Mhm.
I'm just like walking and muttering to myself.
Okay, so I'll count that as one failure.
I rolled poorly and got a 17.
Okay, that's poorly. Yep.
It is for me.
I know, it's like that. Oh, yeah, for Rogue, it is poor.
Dorian.
I mean, do I see that Ruben is stealthing, that he's stealthing around? Well, I probably
if y'all
don't.
don't want to stealth, that's also fine.
I mean, I'm keeping an eye out for harbingers that are going to attack us. That was my plan. Was
Okay,
it
well, Ruben's stealthy.
Okay, so he's
I will
hidden.
attempt to sneaky.
Okay, Apollo.
Oh god, would a Zorma try and sneaky too?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Full on 6 foot tall, bushy dog getting down onto their hinds and trying to walk around like slowly. Yep.
International.
I mean, he gets a +3 to stealth, so. Alright, my roll is 16.
Okay.
And Zorma's roll is fucking better than mine, 17.
They're just doing a little bit better.
And I only
Serena?
rolled an 8, so
All right, perfect. Dorian.
It is a 13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 failures. No one rolled above a 17.
I have a +1 to stealth. It was really a hope for the die.
So yeah. Your trip, as far as you're concerned, goes fairly uneventfully as you reach the school. You get to the main corridors, which you can see are slightly damaged. There are some students who are still exiting in and out, going either in towards the armory, which is in the far distance near where, slightly close to the library, or heading towards their dormitories to hide. Not every student that goes to a school like this is fully trained for combat. You don't really
Wait.
pass anyone you recognize.
Hey,
What?
hey guys. Aren't we forgetting some people?
Oh, shit! Yeah, 2!
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck!
The horny one.
Oh yeah, and Nora. Is she with us? But she hasn't been
I
with
thought
us either,
Nora
right?
We
was
need
with us,
Alex.
but I don't know.
and Nora and
Todd.
Are you,
Todd.
You're forgetting people?
Right, Alex
I'll
and
go
Todd.
get him, and I will run off.
Oh, that's right,
Okay.
super speed.
All right,
Has
so the rest
Nora
of you are heading back into the. So you get to the library, and you can actually see that while everyone else is passing in and out of the library, you can see directly into the one that's very similar to the Aldrich Academy, where it's very grandiose and has massive, many stories, books everywhere, first editions, everything throughout. But you can see people passing in and out through the threshold and just vanishing, disappearing, as if they're going into the library to the other school and not directly into that one. But you all can see it. You can see Rojas behind her desk, preparing as she usually does, reading over things.
Just wander in.
Okay. You step inside. You now have Mabel in behind you. She's been mostly staying quiet as well. Rojas is looking over each of you.
Hello. It's been quite a day. Rojas, you said, just as a sort of clarification, there were some things you said about Shay's family line earlier. Do you remember what they were?
This is that one. All right. Well, I assumed that you would. I don't know why I assumed anything, really. There's a reason they're here.
Ah.
And hearing the information you were told, was much easier to swallow than for the reality.
In our defense, we did try to avoid her, but she stalked us.
But now that it's this one, it is likely best you take them with you.
Okay, wins. Total wins, I see.
Is she actually
Yes.
like
And
my?
in actuality, entirely blood. The reason that the two of you both don't have the same illness as is because you haven't trained to become, yet.
Illness?
In the blood, the colors, the coloration, the change.
Do you remember the tavern? And how certain people could do specific things because of the side they were from?
Right. But I didn't know that made the blood different.
It does. It tends to look more like an oil.
Oh. And we don't have that?
Usually you would. Your side is very known for training that type of thing at a young age. It's not necessarily that you have it, it's that it's sometimes, when you transform it. This isn't unimportant. There are other people who can teach you about this, including myself in the future.
I'm going to take my dagger and cut my finger. Is it red?
It's normal blood.
Okay, I'm just
don't-
checking.
I see you then just go, okay, alright, well here, and I hand you a little band-aid.
Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure because I never really paid attention to my blood before.
I
Usually
have
just
extensively.
burn. Usually I'm just kind of covered in burns and not really like blood.
You know, burns up
Oh,
have
here
blood
comes-
in them. I just wanted to let you know that burns do have blood in them if you're surprised by that concept. There's blood in those.
But she's actually like my sister, not
You know
like.
I'm right here, right?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. Well, that really fat cat.
Yes, that
something
is
like-
correct.
Okay. Sorry, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
That's part of why I did not take the time to inform you. I apologize if that seemed inconsiderate at the time, but it was better for her to stay here. But now that that has passed,
You know, at this point, it's just add it to the pile. Chuck it onto the bonfire. It's fine. This
it would be
is.
too bad about Matthias, though.
Oh no.
Well,
What?
anyways,
What?
have
Why-
you
why
decided
did
on
you do
how
that?
you're going to proceed?
What did you? Did
Why
you
would
mean?
you? Why?
What?
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna take up your offer to be frozen in time, I think.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, to what?
Oh, you were
Right.
not here for the planning of that. We have to figure out a way to our time. Best idea we came up with is Rojas freezes us in time until the day until the day we actually came back here, and then we just pop up awake in the time we're supposed to be. We're just kind of frozen in like ice or something, or magic, more honestly, or a book. That would be on brand for you.
It actually is, but that's not important for this time.
And
Um,
we don't age during this, right?
No, it'll honestly, you'll close your eyes for a moment and then you'll wake up immediately afterwards.
Okay. So
It'll be barely a second for you.
also that was my second question.
But
Hmm.
where? What would it?
That's
Would
what
we
I was
be?
waiting to find out from each of you. There could be a preference as to where you want it to be. I need to know an exact date as to when you left so we can complete the loop, but
Should we go to Aldrich or Watershire? We probably shouldn't go to the place they were trying to trap us in.
We do have Nora with us, though.
So we should go to Waterstrat.
We were aware of where the other students were being teleported, correct?
And about that time, I think I probably show up with Nora
Mhm.
and Alex, and
oh no, you get to them. We'll
Oh,
get
okay.
to that. There's things.
Oh.
okay.
They have to put their pants on.
They were
So
how even in the the attack while
Don't
y'all.
question them. Let them live their life.
The city is falling around. All right, you know what?
Yes, the city is falling around and they're just doing it to the motions. Anyways,
So,
If we were to be brought back to the place where that is necessary,
probably should
what
be
would happen then?
Wait,
so what is necessary?
The point in time that we came from was when we were attempting to teleport back with the remaining students. So it may be best if we bring ourselves to the point in time where we were supposed to be teleported to that point.
Oh, yeah, we probably should go to that time, but not in the location they were trapping us in a different place.
So to Waterstrand.
That's where we were supposed to be going.
I mean,
I mean, that'd probably be best since we
Yeah.
have the queen and
We would have to travel there on foot. I can't teleport into there right now. They have special barriers to prevent that.
could you teleport
Uh.
there in the future?
It might be risky to do this more than once.
No, it's fair.
What about like
It already takes
outside,
some.
getting
You
some
may
help?
have some atrophy and other issues once you.
Okay, what about outside of Waterstrat? To that
Uh,
port city that we were going to teleport from?
Isn't that about to get hit with the Harbinger?
Oh, I forgot about that.
There's also something I should note. I can't. Well, I know that there are different things that happen in different timelines. You have done a lot of shifting in this one. We don't know what will be there when you wake up.
What about the other port, the one we got teleported to the trap in? Go to that
To the
port.
port there.
I mean, then we
I can't. That's still Waterstrat, isn't it?
Oh, you're
we'd
right.
still have to walk there.
Well, we'd have to take a boat to that location.
What if we went to Aldrich?
Well, it would end up being as if, I suppose, you never left. But
I mean, what if we like Aldrich after after everything we've done? Like
I would have to store you somewhere. I guess in a book it would be fine.
I was right. We could go back to
Apollo's
Aldrich.
still just confused as fuck.
So we need to, I mean, I guess it's just where did we want to be outside of that teleportation trap?
Mm.
That's
And as this is discussion, you come up with thinking of ideas. We'll go over to the other place. So you arrive at the tavern. It's half destroyed. There is now where the rooms were is mostly caved in and rubble. The lesbians who are in this game, they are
fighting.
currently in battle against another harbinger. The two of them seem to be holding themselves fairly well. Alex and Todd are also there helping out. Todd seems a bit wounded. Alex is not in the best condition either. Nora isn't with them.
I will run up and I mean it's my job, so I will run up and engage in combat with the Harbinger.
So for, the sake of like not having to you go through the combat and everyone else, you've been trained enough to handle these ones. These ones are fine. In fact, some of your company is showing up at this point, so you do have some more aid, and you managed to clear most of it. But the major point is that half of the tavern is destroyed, and Alex and Todd are both in a state where, while they're fine and not dying, your speed to like carry them to the location or move them might be a bit risky.
Okay. Where is the last one? The little girl.
What are you talking about?
The Nora.
Oh, Alex is kind of like, right. Well, she wasn't with us. We were busy.
Okay. Do you think you can make your way over to the library where
We could. Is that where everyone else is? Is everyone
that's where
okay?
everyone else is? They're discussing. Yes, everybody except for Nora, because I'm looking for her as well, seems to be okay. They are currently discussing things with Professor Rojas about getting you back to when you're supposed to be.
Oh, well, good. It's better than being stuck here. All right. We'll start heading back, I guess.
I'll motion to two of my mercenaries.
Mhm.
Take these two directly to Professor Rojas at the Strom Academy.
Right away. And they'll start leading them to the academy.
And
Yeah, I like the also take these. I don't take these. Take them away.
It's like a smelly pair of socks. Here, take these.
I mean, they have to reek.
And so I'll approach the lesbians, the tavern owners. Did you
Mhm.
see where the little blonde girl went?
I didn't. Was there a blonde
Nora.
girl?
I don't know if you caught her name, but
I didn't recognize anyone like that.
okay. Okay. Well,
Wasn't-
if you see a little blonde girl come up, wondering where all her friends are,
This is so right. We just say the lesbians.
You know, the lesbians.
let her know to get to Professor Rojas at Strom Academy.
Yeah. All right.
And I will run off again to, I guess,
Mhm.
search the city.
Make a perception check. Yep. The lesbians are just going to make an appearance in every game now.
Only 12.
12. It takes you a bit of time, but you do eventually get to a point where you can see Argyle and Matthias. They're in one of the main center squares, and they have just dispatched, more harbingers. You didn't see Argyle during the fight, so it's nice to see them okay.
Yeah.
But the two of them seem to be speaking with someone.
I'll approach.
Okay. You're not gonna listen in. You're mostly just gonna approach directly to.
I have no reason to assume that there's
Okay.
any problem.
Mhm.
So
You approach them. Matthias turns to you, nods, looks back to who he's speaking with, and you can see a cloaked figure there.
all right. I will lean over to Argyle. What's going on?
I don't really know. This is a bit weird. They just showed up. Started talking to him. Called him uncle.
Okay. I'll actually motion. Hey, you in the cloak. Are you Nora? Your friends are over at Strom Academy, if that's the case. With Professor Rojas, they're discussing sending you back, so you
Okay.
don't contaminate the timeline any further.
All right. The person nods.
Sorry, Matthias. I know it's important to get them home.
Yeah. Yeah, take this one with you. Make sure she gets there safe.
I will. So I will escort Nora back to the library.
She's quiet the entire time. You get back to the library. No real conflict happens throughout. You can see the rest of them all still speaking with Rojas, trying to figure out their plan.
Were you not ready to go back or something?
I'm not even sure what I'm going back to.
Well, everything's going to be different because y'all have clearly changed some things already. So none of you might not be familiar with the world you go back to, but
I saw another one of me.
well, that's weird. But
There were others.
like here in this time?
Yeah. There were 3 of them. I was just, I was spending time with Rojas, and she started showing me these books of different things, and I went out for a walk and I saw them. They were a bit older. One of them was younger, but they were me.
Okay, this is definitely a thing we need to bring to your friends.
Am I me?
Listen, y'all are all not something I'm familiar with, okay? Y'all are from another time. I've never dealt with time things before. You would think that as fast as I run, that would be a thing, but no.
Flash reference. I don't know. I'm just scared to go back because, like, if there's other me's here now.
Well, if there are other yous in your time, then I don't know. Maybe you'll have to sort that out.
That's putting it simply.
Prove who you are, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm ready.
So I'll open the door to the library for her and lead her
Mhm.
inside. I will not enter the library. I will just motion from the door. You don't need me for this, right?
Well, that depends on what their plan is. We may need extra hands. Have you seen Matthias, Argyle?
Yes, we just came from there.
They could be helpful depending.
Okay, I'll run and get them too. And so I'll run off again.
What is all of your plans? Did you take the time to actually think of a plan?
I
Or
thought
did you just
of some things.
Okay.
Best case scenario is Liz, I can't hear you if you were talking.
Shay just found a pocket full of jelly beans.
Okay.
Nice.
That's important.
I've been pouring jelly beans into Shay's pocket.
Apollo's just doing the dog pace.
I made some notes about the possible options. We could go back to Aldrich, and that would allow us to possibly gather military help, let them know that there's a harbinger coming to one of the Aldrich port cities. We could get as close as we could to Waterstrat and then take another boat there. We do know they sent the fleet back, so that is available to us, especially if we do have Nora with us. We could also try and find a different route of access to Waterstrat in some way. I don't know if there's a closer point. We knew that on the train tracks, at least, we were pretty close. If we wanted to try following those.
Depending on what side it was, there's no train tracks to
Would
Waterstrad.
depend on where the tracks are still. If it was at Waterstrad, that would still be hundreds of miles away.
True. And also in the middle of the ocean. And also partially exploded. I wrote a lot of options down. Oh, and by a lot, I mean maybe 3.
As
I
long as
think-
it's not getting to Waterstrad, I can probably teleport you there, but Waterstrad might be a bit difficult at this point.
If we can't get there, then I think Aldrich is our best bet.
Really, it was either Aldrich or that port city to try and get to Waterstrad again.
Well, I could just keep you in my library. At some point, I will be transferring there. I have no intention to stay here longer than I need to.
Okay.
And my library travels with me everywhere.
Amazing.
I mean, so then we would just come out the day that we were supposed to pop into that maze that got us here?
If you can, up to the precise minute would be best.
Yeah, okay, because we actually do a lot of, I don't know, maybe good? I don't know, actually. We do good. We do good, right? It's like we
We-
do good.
I think we do our best. And
You do your best.
our best is always filled with good intentions.
Right. So, Nora, do you need to get back to Waterstrat? What's your opinion on this?
Honestly, I don't even know what's waiting back there for me.
That's weird.
Is there... Are you alright?
Did you know that there's like 3 or 4 of me here?
What? Again, everything is just a curve, just a quick curve.
Can we see your hand?
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, sure.
Smiley face.
And she raises the hand that she knows she's supposed to raise, which has the marking still on it.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
I mean, I do trust you, but that's all.
What were the other ones of you doing?
Do they look just like you?
Some of them were older. Well, one of them was younger. The ones that I saw, but the way that they were speaking, there was more. They saw me and ordered me to do something and then left.
What? What did they order you to do?
I was to watch my uncle.
We did meet someone who looked like you in our time, too.
Did we?
I mean, meat is a really broad term. We saw someone get their throat slit that looked a lot like you.
Do you not remember what we all saw when you were in Apollo's bubble?
To be honest, a lot of my memories are getting strange. It's like some of the things I remember growing up are different.
Well,
Well, that's because we probably messed a bunch of stuff up. Do you
Wait,
have
bro.
a family photo on you?
No.
Do you want me
All right.
to check those memories out?
How would you check them?
I more just look at them. It's kind of the thing. I could look at your memories if you needed.
what?
Spells?
Oh, with magic. Yes.
What
Okay.
what is different?
I don't know. I can't tell what's different. Things just feel different. I may not even know what the different things are.
Okay. Also, you said you saw 3 other versions of yourself, one older and one younger.
And one that looked similar to me, but the way that they spoke to me suggests that there's more of them.
I have hi, Rojas, question about the chairs. There was one that was like 3 moons, right? Because I think I have that in my notes.
One that's like what?
3 moons. Or it was one that was like a symbol that was like 3 of something. I wrote down 3 moons, but I'm pretty sure there was one that was 3 of something.
Well, there's penumbra, which is like a quarter of a moon, like it's being overcast. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one that's 3 moons right now. Did I say that?
I think
Rowan's our lore keeper.
I might
right?
have. Maybe I just wrote something wrong down in my notes, but I remember there was one that was like.
Are you meaning
3.
like the constellations?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Specifically, yeah. That there was
Okay,
one that was
so
like
let's
3
see.
of the thing.
Conflagration was a torch.
Hmm.
Reservoir was a goblet. Refulgence was a lighthouse.
I don't remember one of them being. 3 moons.
Or not 3 moons, but something that was definitely 3 of a thing.
Tectonic was
Oh,
a boulder coming up out of
3
the,
of
out of
a
the ground.
thing. I think that's the broken monarchy.
That's what it was. It was not that. There it is. Okay.
With a bird
Okay.
flying through it.
Maybe. I don't have a bird in my notes, but that would make sense.
Okay, yes, because okay, not to it's 3 broken cups similar to the reservoir goblet.
Hmm.
Is the broken monarchy.
Okay. Uh, by any chance, do you think maybe those 3 of you could have something to do with, the whole broken monarch thing and also that sort of magical.
What?
We told you about that. I think also
I
there's like
think she told you about that as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is her not. She genuinely doesn't seem to
Insight check.
make an insight check.
Yeah, because she definitely know that. And also, Rojas, quick question to you. That sort of like magical principle of the 3, there's my pen. The 3 people, 1 young, 1 middle-aged, and 1
17.
older.
That does exist, yes. 17.
And 21 for
Okay.
insight.
She does appear to. Big bug. She does appear.
To Big Bug.
Yeah, she appears big bug. She does appear to be being honest. She
Okay.
at least at the very most thinks she's being honest. She doesn't think she's lying.
Fair.
There are no subtle cues behind the way that she's saying anything. She doesn't look any odd directions. She's staring blankly, still at her feet, not really sure of anything going on. For the most point, staying monotone.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do a thing, and it's going to be an awful idea. Hey, no, do you still want me to check your memories?
If you think it'll help.
I think so. And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts. And I'm looking specifically for if I feel that same calmness that I had seen earlier with the water, where it just felt as if it were the feeling of empty water. I'm looking for that specifically.
No, they're thoughts.
Okay, good. Whew.
Yeah. Most of them are panic, anxiety,
Okay.
fear, concern, unsuredness. Is exclamation play something?
No, it is not.
Okay, just checking. That's the basic feeling you're getting.
Okay.
There's a lot of fear, a lot of
Okay.
unsuredness.
But like human
yeah.
emotions, and she's not the same.
Yeah, they're
calm
definitely human emotions.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
mostly.
she's not just water.
I was gonna immediately check when she was like looking down calm. I was like, is she just the water person, or slowly becoming
yeah.
that?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I thought. I was getting like reservoir,
I was like, oh
like
shit.
mirror reservoir feelings.
Especially with, the thing being 3 reservoir cups broken. I was like, something might have happened to her. Okay, so that's not. I'm still gonna look in. I'm gonna then, because I'm not gonna stop concentrating on this. Look for the memory of when we talked about the broken monarchy. See if she still has that.
Okay.
I'm trying to go furthest back before I start checking out the recent stuff.
If they're not trying to fight it.
If
but
she tries to
also
fight
if
it, then I'll
something
lose it.
is trying to fight it,
If
does that thing roll it?
if something in there is trying to fight it, yes,
Cool.
they would need to make that wisdom save.
27.
That definitely beats mine.
Something keeps pushing you back.
Okay, that's
If you try to delve deeper in, something is pushing you back.
so there's something in your brain that okay.
And it doesn't seem connected to her. It doesn't seem like it's something she's trying to do.
Okay.
She's trying to let you get into the thoughts.
Can I feel what that is?
It does feel outside. Like a source of something
Damn
else.
it, I can't detect magic. Only do this.
And while this is going on, you do, Serena, get to Matthias and Argyle, who are for the most part right now just commanding different soldiers, even though they're not from this army. They're just experienced and people knows who the hell they are. Into different like quarters positions, telling them where they should defend, where they should quarantine off, make sure certain areas are protected. You see that they've mostly taken control of everything. The Harbinger bodies are being dealt with, burned. It seems more under control than it was.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to Matthias and Argyle and say, okay, so Rojas says she needs you two as well. I
What would
don't.
she need us for? Couldn't she just
Sh-
send the brats back? And
I don't know. You know me. I'm not. I know nothing about how magic works. So she said she might need extra hands, and we're extra hands, I guess.
I need to stay here and start work with these efforts. Argyle, you can go back with them. All right, if that's what you want. I mean, I'm not gonna. Sure.
Okay. I'll lead Argyle back to the library.
Yep. Argyle will go with you. You get back to the library. They're still in discussion.
And I'll say to Rojas, so Matthias said he didn't want to come, that he was busy.
I thought he might. Well, if we do end up needing you, at least we'll have the two of you. That should suffice.
Okay.
So, not to interrupt this. Have you figured out what you're doing? And she looks at, I assume, Dorian, who appears to be, I guess, flailing.
I am actively having a mental battle silently with this thing of like I'm gonna keep trying to push into it to get a glimpse
Okay.
of what it feels like, or see if I can feel what its magic is, or feel like what kind of thing it is.
Okay. Make what kind of spell is the spell? Enchantment? What is it?
Let me check really quick. I think it's enchantment. No, detect thoughts. There we go. It's divination.
Divination? Okay. What is divination attached to? I think it's like Arcana and stuff like that could be used for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think most of my checks are always Arcana because I'm an Arcana-based caster.
Yeah, so this is you trying to push through. Do an Arcana check for me.
Ooh, I'm so good at those. I mean, I'm not actually not terrible, but I don't think I'm better than whatever this is. I'm not better than whatever this is.
Okay. You keep pushing against it. How long are you going to try to push against it?
It's a 17, by the way.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. If it looks like in any way it starts paining Nora, I'm going to stop immediately.
She's been paining the entire time.
Oh, then no, I'm not gonna
like
keep doing
severe
that.
pain, but like the.
Oh, well, then I'd stop. I didn't know it would hurt. I was trying to go towards the
The moment you started pushing against something, pain started happening.
Oh, then I would immediately stop.
Okay.
I thought it was going towards that. That's why I was like, I'm trying to hit that and not her.
No, like trying to push into it seems to be causing a negative reaction on her. It doesn't seem to be causing any physical harm, perhaps, but at least very much emotional.
Okay.
How long has this been going on? Or when did it start that you started feeling weird? Like
after I met them.
Okay. And when did you meet them?
How long have we been here?
How many days have we fucked things up, guys?
I believe it has been about 2 or 3.
Yeah, I want to say
3
2.
days.
2 or 3.
2 days.
Then maybe it was yesterday. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Hey, Dorian, this might be like a weird question. Your brain sticky note thingy, are you able to do that to other people and see things like that?
Only after I've gone in and read their thoughts.
Oh, okay.
So I could do that now and at least show you all what I saw.
Well, I mean, it looked like what you're doing was hurting Nora.
Oh no, I won't. I've already left her mind. Now that it hurt, I don't want that. But I could still share it with you even outside of that.
So
Actually,
are
I'm
you
gonna pull that out and just slap a post-it note into my spell book.
Are you gonna post-it note? What? What are you post-it noting?
The feeling that I've got from like what the tiny little bit I could feel of resistance when I was
Okay,
going in her
sure.
mind. I will take that
Yeah.
sensation and put it in my spell book.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go right. Well, anyways, at
Um,
least that
pro-
much.
Professor, does that sound like anything? You seem to know a lot about these different timelines. Is that...
Something that makes your mind
Honestly,
resist.
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
I mean, is it
It's
dangerous?
perhaps to the point where so many things have been changed where my books don't read that anymore.
Sorry. Okay.
Well, if that's how it was meant to be, it's how it was meant to be. These things happen. That's how time works.
But until you stop these things from happening, this thing does not happen. Sorry.
I could hear the musical coming out. It's like, stop.
Thank you.
TVA
Stop.
doesn't exist here.
The
No.
TVA doesn't exist.
Can
Exactly.
Can
We're
Is
all
Rojas
very-
gonna make the TVA?
Rojas is the TVA.
Rojas is the TVA.
Excuse you, she's just King the Conqueror.
Probably.
Rojas was just standing and hey, no spoilers. I didn't watch
I
Left Eye.
totally
no.
get these references.
No, that's not at the. Never
Oh.
mind. You know what? That's a different thing that I was referencing. But okay, I'm not gonna tell you anything about what happens. I'm talking about a different thing.
What are we going on about?
I don't know. King the Conqueror.
Okay.
I mean, I know
You
who King the
know,
Conqueror. Okay,
I
we'll
was
do.
talking
We'll
about
launch
how
into
there's
things.
so many Rojases.
should
Get
stop.
that meme that's just, I don't know it at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
I was talking about how many
Anyways.
Rojases there were.
So, should we be worried about taking Nora back, or
I mean, at this point, I don't even know what you're going back to, but we'll see what happens.
I guess we should go to Aldrich then, right, guys?
Yeah, I think Aldrich is the safest bet.
It does feel like probably the safest option.
Well, I can either put you into one of my books and just keep you there for the time being, or take you directly to Aldrich and store you somewhere there.
I mean,
Whichever's safest, because there are people who want us dead.
I feel like
Well,
a book might be really safe.
if they want you dead, they'll probably come for me, if they can somehow sense you
Oh.
in my library.
Question: do spells that affect people also stay during while we're frozen?
In what regard?
If I were to say try and mask their, channess, would that stick throughout the whole time they're frozen? Because I can only make it last around a day.
It would only last for the day,
Okay, I was really hoping I could
because
freeze them.
concentration is still a thing, and the moment that you are put into the suspension, concentration is gone.
True.
You're blank for it's mostly for your own sake. Nobody wants to witness 50 years pass by.
That's valid. Well, I don't have to concentrate on that one.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna wake up really hungry?
Probably stop.
Oh no, I would
always wake up
recommend
really
eating
hungry.
beforehand, just so in case that anything happens where there's no food accessible for a bit. Perishables won't really last
Holds
very
out.
long.
Hands of jelly beans.
Opens up I'm like, no, don't. That's not a meal. And I just open up my side bag, and I'm like, and here's a sandwich for you, and a sandwich
Shoves
for you.
entire hand of jelly beans in mouth instead.
Well, what is it? What is your plan? The DM is getting frustrated here.
Which of the two did you say was safest? As Ruben asked.
It's really up to you on your decision. They're going to be equally safe.
Okay.
If there's a group coming to get you, then they will either come to the library to find your book and take you, or they will go wherever we stash you and take you. So,
I
And
believe
like
if we were to, you go first.
a random kid can't just like grab our book off the shelf, right? We're gonna be somewhere
I
more
mean, even if
secure.
they did, they wouldn't be able to access you. It would just be a book.
Uh,
You would be between the pages, not in them.
I have
Well,
slightly
how
thought
about-
of always wanting
how-
to be a book.
How about this? I have a mercenary company. We can move to the Aldrich area. There are jobs in the nation of Aldrich. We can defend that area and hopefully keep an eye out for anybody hunting you.
Problem with that
But
is
also be messing with the
unless-
timeline.
Yeah, unless you were originally planning on doing that, we'd just mess up more stuff.
What's the name of your company?
The Mistral Marauders.
Okay.
Do
I
we
know
recognize that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
does that sound familiar?
Make a history check.
But I know this because I'm a nerd, and I'm just
Make a
boring
history
like
check.
that. Okay.
Oh wow, I have really good history. Oh, nice.
I do not.
Please get your ass out of my face.
I do, but I didn't
Especially
make this
not with
check.
That one.
19.
Okay.
I have a +7 to history. Got
Me
10.
too, but yeah, I got a 16.
I got a
Awesome.
one.
So what
which
DC do you
led
think?
to a 2.
Well, what was it? 19?
19.
Just trying to think of how much. If it was a 20, it would have been so much easier. You have heard of them. In fact, most of you have heard of them. Yeah, I suppose, Rowan, you can explain the knowledge that you know about it.
So out of character, because obviously Serena wouldn't know this, the Mistral Marauders, right towards the end of the culling, the Mistral Marauders were basically wiped out entirely, defending the nation of Aldrich from
And-
Harbingers.
In doing that, since most of them, if not all of them, sacrificed their lives, the colors that they wore were then turned into the uniforms that the students at Aldrich wear.
That's why Serena's coat is the same green as the uniforms.
And do we know if were they active in the Aldrich area then?
Yeah, that's where they
At
had been
the end of
doing
the
all their
culling,
assignments.
That's
Yeah.
that's where they died.
They died protecting the academy, which is why the academy adopted their colors.
So in answer to your question, yes, they were there.
Is anyone gonna?
I mean, I'm sitting here on a nat 1, so I have nothing.
No, this is basic information. Okay.
Okay.
So like this, Liz knows this.
Oh, I thought this was just for
Everyone knows that
Liz.
everyone knows that they existed. Everyone knows that they were involved in the area, but only Liz really recalled the colors thing and the
Okay. I mean, you could.
I guess
think
it's
that'd be fine.
Look, it is
You're
then,
muted.
right?
Your heart muted.
Sorry, I was taking notes.
That would probably explain your coat.
I can barely hear everyone.
My coat.
Yes. I mean,
No, looks Jake.
it's
It's time stuff. The least we change, the better.
I'm just gonna lean over to Shay and whisper. It's a whole like don't tell people when they're gonna die thing.
I'm just saying we have matching colors.
Okay.
It's a really cool coat.
Is it a bad idea for my company to be an Aldrich?
No, it's probably a really good idea because, like I said, people are kind of after us, and we don't want to leave it for just Rojas to protect us.
Then that's what
Because
we'll do. We'll move to Aldrich.
that
We can
would
operate
probably
out of
be
there.
bad. Okay.
I believe you were already considering that in the first place, were you not?
There aren't a lot of people who pay you to wipe out Harbinger nests in the north, so
We appreciate you coming to help us.
thank you.
So,
That.
do we have a decision?
Yeah.
This is what happens
believe
when
so.
you get a whole bunch of indecisive people in one group.
Excuse you, I have already said what I wanted. I've said it already.
I need people to confirm.
I've said it twice.
Yeah.
So this is what we are
That's
going
what we're
to do.
doing.
I had to make a
Okay.
choice of my sexuality or my gender. You think I'm going to make a choice
Exactly.
now? God damn it!
I have never once made a decision in my life. I'm not planning to.
I believe we're going to go and go into a book.
Take a look.
All right.
Santa.
Oh my god.
Rainbow.
I'm killing all of you.
Can I be this book and I just hold up my spell book?
The lesbians will now die.
Can I? Is that,
What's that about the book? Sorry.
it's my spell book. Can I be my spell book?
It would be best if it wasn't. That's a very easily locatable object.
That's
With
all right. That's fair.
yes.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Can I be like a magic history book?
are we gonna do this right now?
Put
Well,
us in like the most boring book you have, so no one wants to rent our book.
well, I have a book on trains.
No!
I mean, technically, only one person rented those. And
Yeah, guys, we still have the book on train.
I have a question.
No, you gave it to her earlier.
But I do have a question. If you have the book and then you give away the book, doesn't that put us in a perpetual loop of not being able to get out of the book?
You'll be able to leave the book.
at the right time. Well, I guess the book will be sitting there.
I need you to tell me when you want to leave the book.
When were we?
Do any of you know what date it was when you left?
Make intelligence checks.
There was a
Intelligence,
dog.
you
I'm
say.
sorry. I got real distracted.
Intelligence, you say.
4!
So a flat roll.
22.
6!
Oh, thank God.
Thank goodness. All right, Ruben, you remember pretty much down to the minute.
I crit.
Yeah, it was this date. Or
At this
month,
time,
this day,
at this minute.
time, this day of the week. The sun was here. The weather was this.
Oh, I missed my mom's birthday. Shit.
I got a 24.
How many of your birthdays has she missed?
A natural 24.
Oh, that's true.
Natural 20? Yeah, you also remember it.
There was a dog and it started looking at me and I got real distracted. We made eye contact.
So what does this mean for Maple? Is she gonna come in with us at the same time, or
Am I going with you?
is
At this point, I assume that's what you're planning. Mr. Potter. No.
I was going to say, that was some Snape vibes right there.
I believe that you said that this is the best course of action.
Right.
Well, it's one of the ones I have. There's other options, but this is the simplest one that I could come up with because time travel isn't exactly in my
Fair.
knowledge.
Also, at some point, I'm going to have to learn time travel to go back in time to tell myself not to do a thing.
Wouldn't it actually tell yourself what the thing is? Then you still might do the thing because we didn't know what the thing was.
That's okay. We can't change what we've already done. Shay, Mabel, will you regret it if she stays back here in the past?
I kind of don't want to stay back here in the past.
I mean,
I would like to go home. I've always felt really weird here.
I wouldn't mind getting to know my sister, who I thought was dead for the past, 7 or 8 years.
I guess I'm the big sister now.
I mean, don't get too crazy here.
All right, I guess she's going in the book.
All right. So, books then. We're all books. Let's.
I assume the furry one is also coming.
Yes.
You see,
Oh, yeah.
Absorba, getting their shoulder through the door.
Oh,
I
buddy.
just kind of walk over, just give the arm little pats.
They walk over to Rojas and go to lick them. Rojas stops them in time. No.
Oh, but he's so sweet.
You see the tongue just sitting there like,
Eh.
eh.
Yes, this is our dog. Well, technically it's Apollo's dog, but
It's also
Technically, not even my dog.
he's
But-
a great boy. He's very sweet.
Very good.
Yeah.
A turmoil is
Oh.
a valuable beast.
Cover his little ears. Oh, don't
Is
call
everyone
him that.
ready?
yeah.
I believe so.
There's a room back here that we should prepare the spell.
Is it a room that if you cast knock, it makes the whole library?
Oh yes, I
explode?
wouldn't prepare any spells and cast them out the door.
Okay.
That would not be.
Okay.
You know, I had a
I
dream.
do not know who would even attempt to do that.
I mean, they must have been wild. They must have been trying to just get like a +3 to unlocking a door or whatever.
I mean, people do silly things when they're trying to impress other people.
Anyways, so
Look at these
we head to
roasts.
the back room
Yeah.
Yep.
and we'll take our break.
That was savage fucking roast, yo.
This is
Um,
mean to me.
I do want to thank Rowan for joining us for these past few episodes.
Thanks for joining us, Rowan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rowan.
They'll be
Thank you.
taken off for staying back here to protect Aldrich.
Sorry we kill your character.
Don't die in the process.
Don't do it.
die.
Alright. What time will we be back from the break?
Well, 35. I need a couple minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty. 35 after?
I need to build a map.
Oh God.
Mm.
I
Alright.
don't like those words.
Cool.
And figure out how to get my phone in here.
We'll see you 35 after.
35
35
after.
5 after.
Y'all done.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh my God, yes.
And we're back. Combat. No. So
Izzy's being skinny.
you agreed that you were going to go ahead with the plan where you'd be put into a book. She led you back to one of the back rooms. Serena went ahead back to their why am I not regiment, and you're back here now with Rojas.
This doesn't hurt, right?
Oh no, absolutely painless as far as I'm aware. I haven't actually done it to myself, so I wouldn't know. I'm going to assume it's painless.
Have you ever asked the
Oh.
people that you've done this to in the past?
I've never spoken with them again.
Amazing.
Because you weren't supposed to, right? Not because
No, they didn't just die or vanish or anything. They,
Okay.
All right.
Are we all gonna be in the same book, or do we have to be separated?
the same book would be best. If you were separated, that would be very bad.
Okay, that was my other question. I wanted to make sure we were at least all together.
Yeah, I don't want to be separated.
I would very much prefer staying with everyone.
Also, is it restful? Does it feel like sleep, or is it
No, it'll just feel
Okay.
like you closed your eyes for a moment and then you'll...
okay? Not a constant state of unending awakeness.
Well, we're
Again,
gonna wake
I
up.
said that earlier, but no, definitely not. That would be horrible. Actually, to be entirely honest, I don't know, but I assume it isn't.
Okay.
And we'll probably wake up hungry and with stiff muscles.
Probably.
You can expect atrophy. You're not moving for 50 years. So
Okay.
you may struggle a bit.
Oh,
Okay.
we should do some stretches both before and after going in. Then.
Is there anyone you want me to leave you with directly other than just this library?
No, not really. I don't trust a lot of people, but you, to be honest, and these guys.
Fair.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
camera needs to be fixed.
I
I
noticed.
kind of share the same sentiment that I don't really know who else we could trust that'd be in this. I mean, Dorian's. No, we probably shouldn't tell them because that would be weird.
For may I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
For an uncertain future, it is best to leave our present selves with the person who would know the most about the current situation and therefore be able to establish it later on down the line in what is the future throughout their present.
Yeah.
Meaning?
Okay.
Meaning you.
All right.
Would make the most sense. It's slightly terrifying. You're the only adult we really trust.
I mean, at some
It is
point,
terrifying.
there is a student that we trust who's, she,
Would they exist?
not for a long time. I
Also,
don't think.
which student that isn't here?
Anushka.
Oh.
I
Was she
mean,
wa-
when they come to the school, we could trust them.
She
But
won't. She
mostly
won't be
just to
here.
watch the book.
Yeah, she won't be here though when the time to return comes.
No, no. But I mean, it'd still be a good person that while they're here, second eye on the place. If they work in the library, maybe be like, this
If
book's
the
really
person I
important.
believe, they would have only been there for about a year before you would be waking up anyway, so...
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
In short, it's just you.
Yeah, I can't really think of any
position
professors that I
still stands.
trust or students. Not that I
That's
don't trust.
concerning. Should
mean,
I
the-
be concerned about the future?
The only other person I trust, I think, is dead and now is in my head. So
That, yep. There's not a lot. The teachers aren't awful. I wouldn't trust them with my life, but I would trust them to teach me.
You're supposed to be able to trust your... Oh, that's...
Here's the problem.
I don't
Anytime
know
we
any of
come
them.
face to face with somebody, they end up not being who they say they are.
Also,
You're
that
the one person who has consistently always been you.
we did try and talk to an adult that I trusted. Actually, my older sister, but she turned out to be like an ink creature tricking me into giving them information. And then when I tried talking to my older brother, it was actually a different version of him from an alternate timeline. It's never been an adult. The adults I do trust intrinsically have all turned out to be strangers. So that's great.
You're going to need therapy when you return.
Oh, I have a little fun thing in my note, and it's therapy for all of us. I'm going to demand it of my parents. I've decided to forego asking politely. Therapy for all around for all of us.
Wait, so is your parents gonna look at and be like, hey, I remember some kid that looked just like you that hit on me when I was younger. Is that gonna happen? I'm just
therapy.
I just
therapy.
want to be prepared for an awkward circumstance in my new family.
I don't want to think about that. Well, they never. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll.
I guess this is
probably
it.
happen. Yep. Okay.
Please don't lose the book.
Please.
I have no intention to. I do have to give it to you at some point for train, right?
That
No.
is true. For train information.
I don't like trains.
Are there other books that
Given
are
our track record with them, that's understandable.
That's fine. Are there like non-train books? We could go in the not the train book, but the book we took on engineering. Go in that one. So it's
All right.
not the train one.
I guess we're gonna come out in training day.
Can you just leave?
Okay, I'll show myself out.
Leaving is kind of the point of this, so we're good.
Yep, let's go.
Yeah. I'm going to need each of you to stand in that. And then she gestures to a circle that's on the ground.
Okay, I'll step in.
I take
Can
Shay's
I-
hand as I step
I
in.
was just gonna say that.
Disgusting.
Can I check the squiggles, the wiggles, and the kajiggles?
Same. I was like, time for me to start looking at these
It's-
squiggle wiggles, kajiggles.
Very pristine, very mathematical about it instead of it being an artistic thing. It's very beautiful in a math style way. This circle is very different from what you're used to.
Just gonna start drawing that down, jotting that down.
Make an Arcana check.
I beg of you, dice.
Please.
It's not a crit, but it is a good one. 19 plus 7.
Okay,
You
okay,
remember
okay.
some of it.
26 in total.
There's a lot here that is a bit beyond you, but
I mean, yeah. There's
you
only
get
so
some
much.
of it.
That's fair.
You copy it down in a manner that you think that you have all the information. Perhaps with further time, study, and other information, you might be able to figure out how to do this.
If nothing else, I can show it to Rojas later and be like, hey, can you remember this? Can you help me out? And I'm going to show it to Ruben. Go, I think I got most of the wiggle squiggle kajiggles.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
These are more straight lines, and it's less wiggles. It's more very intricate, beautiful.
More kajiggles.
Yeah.
There's more jiggles and wiggles and squiggles, and there's a couple of angles in this one. Actually, not even
Yeah,
angles, mathematics. Yep.
There's geometry in here.
Yep, geometry. Lots of it, actually. That's the word I was looking for. Geometry. Lots of it.
Fractals and abstracts.
All right.
The bed mass in there.
Well,
Yep.
let's do it.
Okay.
While Dorian's jotting that down, I just give a little quick kiss to Shay's cheek.
Oh. Scandalous.
Oh,
Too bad.
sorry you couldn't go through your music career.
As you all step inside, there is a kind of a warm energy about it, then followed by almost like a suction of a vacuum of your entire being feeling like you're being placed into one spot, all of you compressed down into it.
I just imagine that sound.
And then there's darkness for only a moment, but then that moment continues. And while it was supposed to be split second, as you were told, it seems to continue and continue longer and longer. Just a null void. And then you wake up.
Are we back in the library?
Right. It's like you haven't seen in a very long time.
Right.
Your eyes open, they're sore. Your body hurts, muscles ache.
Ow.
got one of the worst headaches you've ever had.
Everything hurts and I want to die a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
as your eyes begin to adjust, you look around, and you're not in a library. You're underneath a canopy of trees, looking up towards the sky.
This is not where we're supposed to be.
Oh,
Okay.
I do not like the situation. The situation in the slightest.
Can I look around? What do I see around me?
Mushrooms growing on some of the trees. You see grass, fairly long. It looks to be a game trail you're on. There is a book on the ground. And this is how you abuse it. No. And it's the one that you were put into, the engineering one. The pages are open. Everything's blank. There's a smoky scent in the air. It smells like someone's either cooking something or something's burning.
Azorma's out with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're kind of whining a bit, moving their paws.
buddy.
I just meekly reach my hand up, like I want to pat him, but like I'm lazy and still very, very sore.
You can hear cicadas
Do
screeching.
we see any glowing source for that smoke, like fire or?
Make perception checks.
Can I look around with my magic eyes?
You don't see anything with the magic eyes.
Okay, then I'll just do regular perception.
Shay don't see shit. I got a 1.
15.
25.
Wow.
So 5 altogether.
13.
5, 15, 25.
Through the canopies, through the canopy, Ruben, you're looking up, and you can see a lot of the sky just as everyone else can, but you can actually pick up the faint traces of where the smoke is coming from, and you can see that it's coming from roughly the north. The more and more with your senses, it smells like firewood, like a campfire or a fireplace. It's a very familiar smell, probably from your childhood being fancy pants.
Fair enough. I was a fancy pants.
And you can tell which direction it's coming from.
Coming from that way.
Okay.
I don't know if my body's up to climbing a tree yet to get a better look.
So I'll make everyone do a constitution check. We'll see how you're doing.
Oh boy. I love those.
13.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
Or both.
How do... Is it the dot on the... Oh,
The
it's
dot
on the bottom.
On the opening. Yeah, the dot is always on the bottom, and if it's the opening,
Then it's a
side,
9.
9.
Okay.
I got a 12 because I also rolled a 9.
So that's
I got a
con
10.
save?
Mm-hmm.
11 then in total.
Okay, so Apollo and Dorian, you're both exhausted.
Do I get a stack of exhaustion?
Yeah, you both have 1 stack of exhaustion.
Woo.
The other 2 of you passed the 12 check.
Oh, just barely.
Yeah.
You're sore, but you seem to still have all your functions.
I will sit up, but more like I just kind of fling my body forward. And
Okay, so should we go?
That was strange. What a long time it's been.
Who said that?
Are you awake now?
Oops.
It's only
Who are
Shays
you?
who is hearing this.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, is this Matthias? Hi. You saw? No.
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 Who is this? I'm sorry. I think
Who
we have a
dis?
bad connection.
I have to go find something. I have to go find the exact note. I put it somewhere. Let's go find this note. Oh,
I
please
mean,
tell me you
you also
didn't
see
name them. You just put Maggie Smith. Okay, this is Maggie Smith.
Amazing. Maggie Smith is in my head, and I'm not mad.
You feeling all right?
Everything hurts and I want to die, but can I help you with something?
No. I thought you would name her, is he? Yeah, you thought wrong.
Who are you? And why are you in my head?
I can't name her Maggie Smith. I can't do that. I can't do that.
She can't be Margaret Smith.
No. You know what? Margaret Smith. Yep.
Margaret Smythe.
Yep. Smythe.
Margaret Smythe.
Margaret Smythe. Put that in your notes. Reminder.
Yep. I will
I went
write
to
this
go and
down.
check because it's the new player who dis, and I thought Rowan put a name. They did not. Well, I'm trying to. No, I can't get their voice.
Mr. Potter.
Yeah.
Hello. No, that's just really old. Maggie Smith is more amazing than that.
I could help you. Being conflagration and all.
Okay, hold on. We gotta going a little fast for me right now.
Do you not? Oh, your memories are all jumbled up right now.
You're not General Strom. You're not conflagration.
I am. I
Matthias,
selected you not too long ago.
Matthias was the conflagration who chose me. So where's Matthias?
I don't know who that is.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, hi, my name is Shay.
I'm aware. We've discussed this before.
No,
I selected you after some rigorous discussion about who you were and what you believed you would be.
and who did I say I was and I believed I was gonna be?
That you wanted to be a hero. You wanted to protect your friends.
Okay, I did actually say that. That is true. And where did you select me from?
You were in a very complicated situation. It seemed as though you and your friends were about to be harmed severely or killed, and honestly, your bravery just touched my heart, and I decided this would be the one. I had been sleeping for quite some time, I believe about 70 years, but I felt conflagration needed to be in this world again.
Okay. I mean, okay. So here's the thing. The way I remember getting conflagration is that we were looking at a train because we had gotten word that one of the students that we thought was possessed was going on like messing with the train. So we went on the train and I stepped on the train and all of a sudden I was on a train that I was on when I was a kid that I lost my sister on. And then I was like on there and all of a sudden there's a dude in a suit and a chair and was like, oh, you should be the conflagration. I was like, I don't really know what that is. Like, oh, did you see my name and take the power? And I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, oh, it's like the power to destroy and shit. And I was like, oh, that sounds really scary, but like if it protects my friends and I like to protect my friends, but if it hurts my friends, I don't want it, but it protects my friends. So then I said a name and then I got powers and I stepped to the train and then I was like, oh, I did something. And then my friends were like, what did you do? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm fire squirrel. And then we got on the train and then all of a sudden the train, like, we had to like kind of blow up the train one time. They woke up the train and it was going along and there's bombs on the train and I disconnected the train and Matthias talked me through here it's like disassembling a grenade bomb thingy and then we blew it up and then I got in trouble with Apollo because I kind of stuck off and no one really knowing I was there and then they ran and caught me. And then my sister, who I thought was my sister, maybe actually wasn't my sister, came and like it saved me. And then we were in the mirror world and then we were out of the mirror world, then we were back in the mirror world, then we were out of the mirror world, and then we went to find a thing that wasn't actually a thing. It was actually my friend's brother that was from the mirror world that was trying to take us and then we kept going.
I
and
know
then
some
there
of
was an elk.
this.
And then the elk was like a harbinger elk, which was really scary. That looks like trees. And then we ended up in the port city. And then we met this girl named Violet. And then Violet's uncle was gone, but someone at one point took Apollo that had did super ninja Shay stuff and got Apollo and Argyle back, but Argyle didn't talk the kind of.
Who's that? Oh no.
She's
What's happening to my
frozen.
internet?
Shade.
No, it's not you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
She froze.
Froze enough. It was like 50 years.
But yeah, Shay is just going back and forth. Shay explaining out loud while all of
There you are.
Oh, wait, who was frozen? I was frozen?
You were
You were
frozen.
frozen for so long that you Shay explained the internet to a freeze.
The internet
I'm
just
so
We
went-
need a shirt with just Shay explain me.
Shay splaining.
No.
Um,
Can you Shay explain it?
Can you Shay explain this for me?
Gonna have to go to the shirt
Um,
thing again.
And
Yeah.
in conclusion, we ended up 50 years in the past, and then we had Rojas freeze us in a book, and it was dark for a really long time, and then we woke up, and now we're here, and now you're talking to me, and that's why I don't know you, because originally it was Matthias talking to you. You don't know who Matthias is. So that's where we are now.
It hurts me a little bit that you've forgotten all of our times together, but most of that we did together.
I mean, I didn't forget about our times together. You just weren't here. I think we messed up the time world thing.
Possibly.
Well, if you're saying that there was another chair here before me and you went back in time, which that is, you shouldn't do that.
I mean, it wasn't really our fault.
Well, that's good to know.
But we
That
kind
would
of
suggest that I had selected someone else, and then they had selected you, which means it seems as though that other person has been erased.
Oh no.
Because I can tell you, I've been conflagration for 70 years, and I was taking some time to make sure that I selected the right choice.
Well, thank you for selecting me then. I really appreciate it. You're a lot more personable than Matthias was. I don't think he liked me very much.
Well,
We can hear everything Shay is saying.
oh
right?
yeah, you hear one side of a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When I
So-
realized that she's technically talking to conflagration, I'm just gonna reservoir. Reservoir?
Hmm?
Are you there? You're still
Hmm.
there?
Oh, sorry. What? What's up?
Just checking. You know who I am. You know what we did.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, you're Apollo. Hi.
Right.
So yours is the same Apollo?
Is it the same person?
Fuck no.
Do they? I mean, I'm not Apollo. I can't tell.
No. I don't know if Apollo knows, but
I
no, it's not the
figured
same
it
person.
wasn't. I figured it wasn't. Like that voice was not little girl reservoir. I just. I'm sorry. Did you hear the explanation that she just gave?
Yeah. Look, I was kind of half asleep. I don't really.
Time things. I don't believe that I am your Apollo and you are not my reservoir.
Your chair is actually now just Ruben.
Well, that's weird. You don't remember me then? What about all those times? We ate ice cream together.
Ice cream sounds really nice right about now.
It was peanut butter. It was really good.
That I can agree with. I am so confused.
Well, they talk to themselves. Can I sneak ahead and see if I can find the source of that campfire?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, they're having crises. Easy.
21.
Okay. You find the source of it to a stone building that's not too far away from where you were. You can see smoke coming out from a chimney. It appears to be just a stone cabin in the woods.
Does the
Nothing
windows?
bad ever happens.
Windows. Yeah, there are windows.
Can I get up close enough still having cover to look inside one of the windows?
The tree line goes pretty. It almost looks like they built into the middle of a forest, like they chopped it. You can actually see places where there were trees, and it's now starting to grow over. It's probably only been here for about 10 or less years. So the canopy of the tree still goes over it quite a bit, so you're still in a kind of dark, shaded area.
Okay.
There's a lot of brush around. There's mostly just cleaned out by where you can see some chopped up wood for fires. You can see some meat slow cooking with like one of those pyramid shaped. They grab 3 sticks, tied them all together, and they have like jerky cooking.
Yeah.
With a very low heat. You can see some clothes on a line.
But I don't see any people.
Oh, are you looking inside? Are you trying to get close enough that you can peer in?
Yeah, I want to look in the window if I can.
Did you want to stealth?
I got to roll again?
Did you already roll?
I got a 21.
Was it the 21?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I thought that was a perception to find the place.
Oh. No, sorry, that was a stealth roll.
Oh, okay.
Do you want a perception roll?
No, the other way around. We'll just do another stealth roll.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you for that, because now it's a 26.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, because you only need like a 15 to find it. I'm assuming the other roll would have come out to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you sneak up to the nearest window, peer inside. You can see a fairly older man inside there. Very gray hair, beard. He's got a disheveled, I think that's the word I'm looking for, look about him. His clothes don't quite match. There are patches made from different kind of fabrics, different colors as well. You can see a very large great sword against the wall. There are many furs, some trophies, unfortunately, of, deer with points. You can see tools inside, bed, table.
And nothing has any sort of emblems or symbols or crests.
Make a perception check for the symbols.
That's a 12.
Books.
12. You don't really see anything in there when it comes to books, because I heard that. I'll let you meta that. You do see a bookshelf in there. It's small.
I said book.
Oh,
Here's
I
the
heard
points
books.
are books.
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
I thought you said books. Well, I guess
I heard-
books
I
too.
heard books
There are
too.
books.
All right. I'll just head back and continue to listen to them talk to themselves. And when
Okay.
they're done, I'll say what I found.
Dorian, what are you doing during that?
I mean, I'm keeping an eye on the both of them. I was gonna mainly look around our immediate area.
Okay, so Alex and Todd are there.
Oh right, it's you two.
Absorbma is there. Nora is nowhere to be found.
God,
Um,
I'm gonna start looking for Nora. See if
Who's
there are any.
Mabel?
Is Mabel there?
Mabel's there as well. Sorry, I was trying to think of who the last person was. Mabel is also there.
Don't
Okay.
fucking scare me like that.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I was trying to think of the name. I was
It's fair.
thinking maple syrup, and I'm like, that's not right.
Then I will look around to see if there are any like tracks or if it looks like anyone left
Nope.
this area.
There are no Alex and Todd. I said Alex and Todd as well.
Yeah. I
Um,
ignored them because they're useless to me.
you don't see any tracks. In fact, the only tracks you see are the ones that Ruben left. It's almost as if they hadn't appeared in.
Can I look at the book?
Looking at the book, the pages are empty. Not even words. The engineering book is now blank.
Is the cover blanks?
Cover's blank.
Okay.
You can recall a title, an image. You can recall a name. There's no name. There's no image.
Okay, that's probably something. Okay. Looks around. I can't do much right now. I'm decidedly exhausted with no spell slots. Yeah, the most I can do is detect magic just to look around and see if there's any kind of magical residue on the book or
30 feet within you? No.
Ruben,
this is about time when you get back as well.
Okay.
don't want to alarm you, Ruben, but I don't know where Nora is.
Oh, great.
And also, I'm just going to pick up the book. It's a little, hold up blank cover. So,
Well, maybe the magic,
And also,
drains the book.
not to add to the slight panic, Matthias was never conflagration.
Now, how could we have changed that? Because he was already conflagration when we were there.
And also, my reservoir is different.
Come
Well,
on, man. That's not.
That could mean your old one never died, right?
I do not mean it in a harmful way.
All right.
I mean it in a way that you are not the little girl that used to be my reservoir.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm like twice your age at least.
okay, so.
Then, who is Reservoir?
Who's yours?
May I know your name?
Oh, Solde?
Spell that, please.
Same way it was before? Exact same name it was before?
They weren't in that one. That was the one shot we had because Apollo wasn't there. But it's.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh.
They didn't die. Oh my god, is Bastion gonna show up? Motherfuckers, get ready for the dad jokes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she grows up.
Okay, so amazing things, awful things, things. Not the right one. Not the right one.
Wait a minute.
Looks at Ruben.
Is it possible the conflagration Shay has isn't the one from this timeline? Or from this universe? This side? Because we met Matthias. We met him. He was conflagration. I don't know how we could overwrite that.
Excuse me, Dame Margareta Smythe, ma'am.
Yeah.
What side are we on? Are we in like the Alpha or the Mirror or something
we're the-
else entirely?
Oh, we're the alpha side.
Oh, okay. So that's still like. Okay, so
we're the non-military side. We're the more everyone works together, peaceful. You're not from there,
Okay.
so I don't know if you know that.
Oh no, I've already acknowledged that part.
Okay.
That's still.
I'm sorry if that's some harsh words, but
Thank you. You're really nice.
you're really nice compared to my last guy.
I mean, he was. I think he went through some shit which made him a little grumpy by the end, which is probably understandable. But he was always kind of. I would ask him questions, and he would just kind of huff and puff at me, and he never said sorry about all the trauma I've kind of gone through recently.
Well, if you ever need to talk, we can talk.
Oh my god.
And I'll answer when you need it.
Oh,
If I have an answer for the question, at least. I don't know everything. I have been asleep for 70 years.
the person in my head is really nice.
Well, I am happy for you.
And said that I can talk to her whenever I need to.
Didn't you talk to the other guy whenever you needed to?
He usually didn't answer me.
Some people are better listeners than talkers.
That is weird. Was he just not born? But how did we change that?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, guess we'll have to figure out what else changed, and maybe we'll put it all together.
Also, Nora's not here.
So does that mean Nora never existed?
Right, because if that didn't happen, then Perhaps she wasn't born?
Or wait, hang on.
That was her uncle.
Dame's
She said
Smythe.
she said they
Mhm.
sacrificed her often, right? Like they killed people
Oh,
in her
my-
family.
Her types of hers.
I'm so
Yeah.
angry at Rowan all the time. Stop it.
You're solving things. I
Is
mean,
my internet being grumpy?
I think it's solid
It
now.
was. It seems okay now.
It was
Okay.
for a brief second, but you were at least still. The audio was coming through, but your video got choppy for a
Oh,
sec.
that's weird. Oh, I see it up on stream. That's weird.
Always figuring me out. Stop it.
Um,
Um,
Dame Smythe, ma'am.
Mm.
What? Oh, I know. I know you've been asleep for 70 years, but
Well, I do have some recollection of what was happening, at least around where I was staying, but yes.
are like the Waterstrahds? Are they still in control of Waterstrahd? Like the
Hmm.
family?
Oh, I know who you're speaking. As far as I'm aware, I haven't spoken with them in quite some time. I
Right.
was originally going to select someone from Waterstrahd, but they had some malicious intents that I delved deep into their mind when we were discussing.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Hmm.
Um,
Loss makes you do very painful things sometimes. And
who
the
did-
amount of loss that he had faced,
Oh.
it wasn't worth giving him a shot at having the power to do what he wanted to do. That's why I selected you. You're an honest child, and I believe you'll grow up to be honest as well.
Oh. I try really hard. Also, I was told once I'm really bad at lying, so I try not to.
I believe I've also said that to you several times.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. Okay. And do you know about the other chairs?
What about them?
Like Reservoir?
Yes, I've worked with them before.
Um,
It's
like the
probably
Reservoir.
not the one that you know.
The one I remember was like a little girl.
That's actually usually a lot of them. They go between being either a child or a young adult. It's usually not much different. Reservoir doesn't live very long. I can't tell if you're frozen or.
Liz probably frozen.
Liz is
Mhm.
frozen. Yeah, they're not
God.
blinking.
That was
Yep.
it was a
Good
lie.
timing.
I was like,
Yeah.
This is what's actually going on in Shay's mind. Just a blue screen. Just a-
Well, she's frozen.
Do we want to take like a 5-minute break so they can restart their computer?
yeah.
All right. Someone send them a message to tell them to restart. We'll take another 5-10 minute break at the most. Sorry,
Restart's
everyone.
not till
Technical
2 weeks
difficulties.
from now.
What?
I said restart's not till 2 weeks. Don't ignore me.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, we'll be right back.
We will return.
And we're back. Technical difficulties? Are we good?
Technical
Are we good?
difficulties. I hope we're good.
Okay.
I also
Awesome.
hope we're good.
So, reservoirs don't tend to live very long.
I don't like that.
Self-sacrifice is ingrained in the chair ability. They are very, very well known for giving their lives to protect everyone else.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what happens when you become the custodian of reservoir.
Mhm. I mean, you probably know, but I would really like that not to happen to
Oh,
this one
I entirely understand.
at all.
I too was once married to a reservoir.
Well, that's just like a predestination thing, apparently. Okay.
It happens very commonly, actually.
Oh.
Chairs are drawn to each other. And tend to be attracted to each other as well. Usually the opposites.
Mm-hmm.
Fire, water. You know.
I mean, also he's just really cute. So, that helps. Okay. Do you know what happened when we were gone? Maybe.
Well, can you give me something you want to base it on?
Um.
I can't just give you 70 years of history and
Well, no. It's like, where are we right now?
I'm not a compass or something like that. I can't really tell you that. We're in a forest.
I mean, do you know how we ended up here?
We've been traveling for quite some time, have we not?
Oh my god, that was a huge ass fly. I just saw it fly into
Yeah.
the game and fly away again.
Yeah.
I mean, we were, and then we went back in time, and then we got frozen in a book for 50 years. And then,
Last I recall, we were traveling here to find a fugitive named Bastion. And we're now here, as far as I can tell.
I just scared my cat.
okay. We're looking for a fugitive. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
an older man, a lion chimera, very large beard, probably graying. They've been on the run for decades, but we had information on where to find them.
Did we finish school? Or are we just running around willy-nilly? Like, am I still, like, 14, 15? Am I still, like...
Looking at yourself, you appear to be your usual self. You all had clothing from that store, right? The one with the violet? Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're still in the same attire.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be right back.
I'll
So
be here
God.
in your head.
Oh, that's true. Thank you, ma'am. A little bit of news for you. According to Dame Margaret Smythe,
It's only proper way to address Maggie Smith.
we were looking for a fugitive named Bastion. And we tracked him to here. Tall man, kind of like big bushy beard. Right, big bushy beard. Lion chimera.
Up to our balls and jugglers.
Up to a crusty jugglers.
What?
Um,
Okay.
I saw a house with an old dude in the forest.
what kind of information did we have that we were tracking with?
Students don't usually do that.
Just that we had that he's been on the run for decades.
Do
and,
we know why? Why is he a fugitive? What did he do?
I don't know. Hold on. Ma'am, what did he do? Why are we on the run for him?
Well, you really don't remember any of.
Oh, I don't remember anything.
That's concerning.
Oh, it's really concerning.
Well, he had several years ago killed a diplomat.
Oh, good job, Bash.
Who had apparently been trading in illegal goods, but murder isn't the option.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Okay. And that's why we were hunting him?
One of your assignments as being from Stromhaven Academy is to locate fugitives who are lost in no, that's not words. Fugitives who have not been seen by no, that's still not the words. What am I? Your dog, the bounty hunter.
Oh, okay, cool. Love that show. I'm sorry, can we roll back the credits real quick? What school do I go to?
Stromhaven Academy.
No. I was a student at Aldrich Academy.
Where?
Aldrich? like the free state of Aldrich, where chimeras aren't hated. Where we go to no, that's not a thing. Awesome. So he killed someone, and students from Stronghaven are sent to. Okay. Excuse me, real quick, ma'am. I might have more questions for you. I
I'll
apologize.
still be here.
Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna put you on hold real quick. Hello,
Mom, are you on the? Are you? Hell, is this Mom? No, sorry, wrong one, huh? It's a switch back.
So, couple of notes. Aldrich doesn't exist.
I'm sorry, what?
We are students from Stromhaven Academy,
What?
and part of our assignments as students from Stromhaven is helping hunt fugitives from the law. And this Bastion guy killed the diplomat that was trading in illegal goods, which isn't a bad thing. Like, fuck that guy. But it's bad to kill.
He was
So
specifically trading in people, if that helps.
he was trading in people. So like, fuck that guy.
Is it a crime?
I was hoping it was going to be Luna cakes.
So that's what I thought
No,
it was.
I'm not gonna make Luna. No.
He was.
He was a Luna cake trader. You know those drugs? Cocaine.
Oh my god.
So-
Turn the freaking frog gay.
Yeah,
Put the chemicals in the water.
Okay. So
So we're students of Strom.
pulls out photo
We
to
are
look at family.
Is this the same picture?
It's the same it was before the change.
That's why you have an extra sibling.
Guess we.
Um,
I guess we.
You're
Your
an
extra
extra
sibling,
sibling.
caused the
Um,
downfall of Aldrich.
Looking at the clothes, they're more, I guess, familiar to Strom, but that's not weird to you because you were
I mean,
originally
we grew
from
up in Strom, so it's not
Strom.
insane.
So, yeah.
I hate time travel. I hate it so goddamn fucking much.
Okay. So there.
Guess what? Back to the Future 3. No.
You disgust
Part
me.
3, here we go.
Reservoir, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Have I talked very much about my family?
Whoa. Your family?
Like my
I
parents,
mean, that's
my
usually a
grandparents,
touchy
my
thing
siblings.
with you. You don't like to talk about your family. You said some shit happened, and
Did I ever say what happened?
I just assumed they were dead. I mean, you never really said anything.
We gone dumb fucked up.
I just didn't want to pry or anything because we seem
You
pretty
should
cool.
have. You really should have. You really should have.
Why
We
is
got-
why is Sid's chair? All right.
Sorry, Sid melted. Sid is temporarily unavailable. They have melted.
I really hope someone clipped that. Anyway, I hope you're okay, Sid.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm
so
going
the
to
gist
clip
I'm
it now.
getting-
I just see the thumbs up now. Anyways,
The vibe I'm getting from your guys' one-sided conversations is that we have changed a lot of things.
We got
But
fucked up.
we kind of knew that already, I think. Right?
Yeah, we really fucked up though.
Yeah. Well, we just gotta go with it, I guess. That's all we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll be presented with an opportunity to fix it. Or maybe this is the new reality. We are students of Stromhaven.
It
Yeah.
hurt you a little bit to say that, didn't it?
It really, really does, because that means I'm still at home.
Oh. Oh god, that means
Yeah.
I'm so close to home.
Yeah.
Does Ruben still have their headphones and everything?
That's a good question. Do I still have my headphones?
rolling a dice here. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. They still gave me this nice gift of my headphones before I left. That's good.
You still have them.
He will grab them. Okay, cool. Those are still there. I still
Okay.
have weird probability stuff inside of me.
Do you have someone like in your head?
No, no one talks to me like you guys do. I tried a couple times. One time I saw like a whole bunch of mirrors of me in my dreams, but
Oh,
that's it.
I don't think I've ever had a dream about my chair.
Hmm.
Okay. 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 So, ca- do, but, shh. Do
I
we
just need
follow?
to save that video. Hold on. I'm just immortalizing that.
Why would you do
Hopefully
this
good.
to me?
I was
Please.
rewatching it.
Why would you
Yeah.
do this to
I
me?
am not on chat because my computer keeps slowing down, but please so I can watch it
I'm
afterwards.
putting that straight in the Discord.
So the stream knows I was trying to sink into my seat and it flipped over
Are you okay?
and made a little cage on top of me, and I went, "Well, I'm stuck here. I gotta. It's just thumbs up, and I'll figure this out."
It's in the Discord now.
I've made a cage of my shame.
All right.
Phew, phew.
I like how Rowan's already sending me messages asking me shit.
Are we gonna
Love you,
do
Rowan.
this job?
What? I didn't
I
hear you.
mean, do we really have another choice right now?
No. I mean, I don't particularly want to take this person in to get in trouble because they kind of did the right. I mean, murder's bad, but also, like, the person was treating in people, and that's not okay.
And we are here completely unsupervised, right?
Mhm.
But who brought the book here?
That's the main question.
That's what I would like to know as well.
Well, we have a lot of questions. Where's Dora? Who brought the book here? Why am I at Stromhaven Academy?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The fact that all of this has changed so much in our pasts, and we suddenly have a book out here. I don't know where I'm getting this from, but I am under the assumption maybe we opened the book ourselves.
Right. I mean, I don't really know who could have opened it. Also, we were supposed to be in Rojas's library.
Wait. Shay, did you say Aldrich doesn't exist?
Aldrich doesn't exist. When I asked,
So where we're standing could be Aldrich.
but then where's Professor Rojas?
You were in her library.
There is no library. This is where the ground where it should be. Spell worked, book opened as it should.
In the time that it should. In the place that it should. But that place doesn't exist anymore.
Are
And
we
just so
certain that this
everyone
is the time
knows,
and place?
Alex and Todd are just making out.
We do not have time for this. Are you kidding
I
me?
assume if they're not talking, they're making out.
They're making out.
Did they never bought disguises, right? They would still
No.
be in uniforms?
Yes.
Are they still
What are they
wearing them?
Oh.
They're in Stromhaven uniforms.
Mm.
I'm gonna look at Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything different?
What do you mean?
Like, what, like, do you just remember being in the past and then meeting us and coming up here, or do you have different memories floating around in your
Yeah,
head?
that's what I remember.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm just gonna put this on hold real quick. Madam Dane Smells, do I have a happy family?
In Strom, yes.
Like, when you say happy family, you mean like they actually talk to me and love me and
I mean, as much as any family could. There's drama, obviously, but
and my sister. Have I talked about my dead sister before?
The one who's standing beside you.
That's a new development.
Well, they're alive and well, as far as I can tell. Good
uh-huh,
news.
uh-huh. And have they always been alive and well?
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Cool. That's okay. That's interesting. Um, yeah, I don't remember that. My family didn't like me very much. They just kind of put up with me because they had to.
Well, then again, good news.
Right.
I'm kind of concerned about all this memory loss, but we can we should be dealing with our assignment.
Right. How long do we have to finish this assignment?
They're going to be expecting us back at some point. I assume in the next week.
Hmm. And we're supposed to take him, kill him, bring him in?
Well, extermination is usually the option, but I personally don't like it.
No, I don't think he did anything bad. I mean, murder is bad, but I mean, so is human trafficking. So, okay, I'm just going to put this on hold. Can excuse me. Let me switch over
Yeah, of course.
callers.
You do know that I'm still here, right?
Yeah, I do. No,
Okay,
I'm not used to having someone in my head who actually like pays attention.
understood. If you ever need privacy, just say.
Oh, yeah, good to know. Um, cool. Okay. So Mabel, according to the voice in my head, our parents are alive and well, and we have a very happy family.
Okay, we definitely screwed something up.
Yeah, something done fucked up.
Oh.
We done fucked something up.
So we never trained?
Train, no train. Or if train, no bad.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah. I guess we should actually, like, at some point have a conversation.
Are we gonna just stand around here, Apollo? Like, I don't know what's going on here.
We're still attempting to assess the situation given all of the discrepancies in memories and all of that.
All right, but we've got like a thing to do, don't we? The
Technically
longer we're
speaking.
here, I heard he's really good at tracking. He could be like already on us.
Is he aware that we are tracking him?
I don't know. I'm just here in your head. Like, I don't.
I am outside of my head and I'm still unaware of what is happening.
All right. I mean, I think that's both of us. So, do you got any more peanut butter?
I am going to search around on my person for peanut butter. I think I had like
Cool.
1 or 2 left.
I love I end up with like a matronly chair and you end up with a disillusioned teenager.
Yeah. At that point, when you're pulling out the teenager, she just pops out into existence. So you got it? And she's like, somewhere between 17 and 20. Kind of grumpy looking goth style.
So please tell me she has hair in front of her face, like on one side.
Yeah. Just down the side. Dark hair. Not the blonde anymore. Clearly dyed.
Understands me.
Heavy makeup.
Question: when she pops in, do we just hear like any form of music? Just like
No, there's no metal music that's playing in the background. No.
I just hear Evanescence behind her.
I just get my loot, start playing Evanescences.
You are the Leo single.
So like,
Wake
are
me
we
up.
gonna do this or what?
Okay.
Oh, you found cool. Just
I
takes out a
guess
spoon that she has and starts.
I'm gonna look at everyone and be like,
I guess we should
I
take
guess so.
care of this.
I suppose.
Dame Smythe said that we are expected back probably like within a week ish.
Also, you can also do the can your conflagration do the thing?
Do the pop out thing?
Yeah.
Let me put you on hold real quick.
Oh, God.
Ma'am, Are you able to like pop out of my head, or
No,
do we
that's
not
a
do
unique
that?
to Reservoir as far as
Oh,
I
okay.
knew. But
Okay.
has
Uh,
the other one that you said I existed before done that?
They did it once. They really didn't like it.
Oh, all right.
We're big fans of it. I just thought I'd check. Thank you, ma'am. Just
Just put me on hold.
yep. Put you
Yeah.
on hold.
All right.
Thank you for holding. They said
Yeah.
no.
Meanwhile, the hold meant hold your hand, which I did.
Yep. I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
put
if we
you on
want
hold.
answers, we're gonna have to go back. And if we go
Yeah.
back empty-handed, I don't know. Who knows what they do to people who come back empty-handed?
We'll probably fail a class, and that makes me feel really sick to my stomach.
It's
Ooh, that could get me
disgusting.
kicked out of school, which I think is probably still my goal.
I feel like that
I
might be a
look.
goal.
I
by
look
the
up.
way.
I look up and I. What is the punishment if we do not accomplish our task?
Where are you looking?
At them. At
Oh,
okay.
Isolde.
I thought you were looking up and talking as if you were into her head, and she's just standing there like, "What are you?"
Oh no, I'm looking at her. Just like,
Oh, okay.
what's the punishment.
I mean, they'll probably get angry and stuff.
Are you aware of if it has ever happened in the past?
Nah, we're like the best. This is like our 15th one.
Do we usually kill people?
No, we let the trials do that.
The what?
The trials, you bring them back. They go in
We-
front of a crowd. The crowd goes, kill them, and then everyone goes up, and then people die.
Okay, so we take people back alive. That's good to know.
Quick
Yeah, but then they
question.
die.
But
Can
that is not very
hey,
comforting.
I have a question, and it's Ruben, do you remember that banner you had that said "fuck off"? Can I just look at that?
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. I should definitely pull that out right now and point it at the cosmos. I will hold up my banner.
Is it
Cosmos.
backwards?
Cosmos
forwards?
standing behind
Backwards.
us.
Yeah, it's still,
It's
still the
backwards?
same.
It's
Yeah.
still backwards.
Okay, because it was backwards on our end and forwards on the other end.
It's backward. It's whatever it is for being on your side.
Okay,
Okay, well, I guess we should
so
go
this
talk to
isn't the other
Sebastian
side
person.
that's military? Okay, that's confusing. That feels like a real kind of awful military thing to do.
Sounds like a real ball buster.
Let's let the people decide if someone gets to live or die. Fair trial, what's that?
Okay, I
I
guess
mean,
we
that's
should.
how Strom's always done things.
Oh,
They're
okay,
kind of
that's
crappy. That's Reservoir saying it.
I agree.
Have I remembered them always doing that?
No.
Yeah, so I was like, I feel like they haven't. I feel like my memory of Strom and your memories of Strom are perhaps very different.
I mean, probably. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
I'm really starting to freak
Neither
out.
are we.
We really should find Rojas.
Hey, Ruben, do you have any more of those plants?
Any more of which?
Don't worry about it.
Look
Shane?
over?
Plants?
I look over.
Are you?
Aren't you dead?
I mean, I can come out at any time. I've got a body. I can bleed.
That's concerning, but also, Ruben, you can. Well, actually, no. I don't think it's this Ruben that does that.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack with this conversation.
I mean,
Also,
let's
I would
face
prefer. I would
if
prefer
a
no
Ruben-
recreational use in my headspace, please.
If,
I
if
mean,
I
I'm
was
not in your
stuck
head.
if I was stuck in Strom still, hey, maybe so.
That tracks. I'll be honest. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go maybe talk to a person and tell them to run away so they can save themselves and not be murdered because they really didn't do something bad because trading people is really bad.
All right.
Yeah, even that's illegal in Strom. And they don't do that much.
Okay. So
Strom sounds like a terrible place.
oh my goodness.
I kind of just want to go home.
I really wish we could just have like 5 minutes of rest in our own timeline where things are normal. Jesus,
I
that's
mean-
such a big fly.
After everything that has happened, that's a very tall order to attempt to fulfill.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, quick question. Our time in the book didn't count as a long rest, right?
You know what? Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
But we still get that point of exhaustion.
I'll
Yeah,
take
you
it.
still have the point of exhaustion, but yeah.
I
Sure.
mean, being at
I'll
0
allow
spell
it.
slots was
I'll allow
scary.
it.
Excellent. Give me back my fortuity dice. There we go.
Sheesh.
50 plus years, as far as you're aware. That's got to
This-
be a long rest.
I would
that
think
else.
so.
That else, because we just leveled up, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
So will
Mhm.
this allow us to take our level up?
Yeah, sure. If you, I thought you already had it, but
I did, but I wasn't sure if this is how we were justifying it. That like
oh,
we
okay.
leveled
Yeah,
up.
sure. Yeah, that works.
Okay. Good, because I had no conflagration dice.
It's 0 spells.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go attack my character. I mean, this random person we've never met before.
Okay. I will lead them to what I found earlier.
How are you approaching this?
Stealthily.
Quietly.
I will stealth along.
Okay.
18.
Not bad. I'm not good at stealth either.
Sneaky, sneak.
Oh, wait, 13 plus 4, 17. 13 plus 4, 13.
Reservoir goes back into your head for this, by the way.
Okay.
17.
That is 14 for me.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Azorma, why the fuck are you getting better rolls than me with every stealth check?
The dog
That's
can go
a-
underground.
It's a nat 19, which makes it a 22.
They actually, the moment that they're on Earth, like ground, they went underground. It's been a long
Okay.
time since they've been underground. They missed it,
Okay, that's
Oh,
fair.
buddy.
so that's why they went straight to 19.
Good boy.
That's what makes sense.
He's a good lad.
It's colder underground, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on where underground. Yes.
of course, my lights are falling.
All right, let's do this. Head to the cabin.
Well, you already were. You were with your terrible stealth rolls. You already were. Yep.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah, I
hang
haven't
back
heard bad
because
stealth.
No. You think you're fine.
I don't think I'm
Make-
fine, and I'm gonna hang back. With an 8, I don't think I'm fine.
No, you don't know if that's you are stealthing. You can't meta this.
I feel like an 8's pretty alright. Okay.
You are stealthing along. You're all each walking in separate paths, trying to make sure that you're not being caught. And then Dorian, right as you're about maybe 20 feet away from the door at the very most, steps on a branch.
Oh.
Now, it's not any branch. You're gonna have to make a dexterity save.
Hey guys, by the way, Bastion was a druid.
14?
14.
Mm-hmm.
You're suddenly upside down in this very swift motion where you feel yourself almost ripped upwards and then dangling downwards.
Sure, why not? You know what? Yeah, sure. Okay. This is great. I love this.
Oh,
You hear these little bells, kind of like
Uh,
the alarm spell going off.
I'm gonna drop down.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm hidden but from somewhere where I can watch.
We're all just
This-
gonna leave him.
Also gonna do the same,
I'm
but I'm
good.
also gonna throw a dagger to try and cut loose one of the strings or something, or the wire.
This older man in the stringer wire. Well, it's a wire, so you're gonna have to roll for that. This older man immediately steps outside very quickly. He looks over,
Hello.
17.
strikes against the wire, but doesn't seem to break it. Roll damage, actually. I'll see if you can.
Beep, beep.
Hello.
Max damage of 7.
Doesn't break it.
I had a feeling.
Hello.
Can I help you? I can't remember Bastion's actions.
Hi,
This
he
one's-
what's a bit of an Irish accent.
Can I help? Can I help? Nope. Can I help you?
I'm lost. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't know where I am right now.
I could see that. You're upside down right now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I know that part. I just don't know where this is in
Yeah.
relation to geography.
You're on the outskirts of Strom Haven. And
Is that
it's-
where Aldrich is on a map? Like the outskirts of Strom or Aldrich?
oh, the outskirts of Strom are like Strom itself is just like a large city. It's a city country,
Okay.
but it's a very powerful one. It doesn't ever go out. There is no like outskirts. You're either in Strom or you're not.
Ah,
The way that they're speaking is as if Strom has more territory than they used to.
okay.
I can assume based on you being here that there's a bunch of people who are looking for me.
I don't know.
Is there a whole bunch of friends who are about to ambush me?
I cannot attest for anything that people will do. I'm so confused. I've been confused for a very long time about what's happening in my life.
Let's get you down there and get you in for some food then.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
I mean, I'm starving and I want to take a nap, but
Do your
that's
friends want to eat?
I. Who are you? Where am I? There's really no outskirts of Strom. You're just sort of in or out it.
Amnesia. Isn't that the worst? Well, let me just take you inside here. And they walk over and they cut the wire and you fall directly down.
Ow, why would you do that? I am a child.
I've people younger than you have attempted to kill me.
I hate all of the things you keep saying with your mouth.
They help you up. Cut
Okay,
the
thank
wire
you.
that was, around your foot still.
I'm just give me a moment to.
Do any of you else want some food?
My ear twitches.
I was gonna say.
You fucking gremlins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out. Yeah, I do want some food.
Head
Yes,
slowly
please.
pokes out of the bush.
All right. Well, if you do need something, there's some food smoking out there. Or if you want something bigger, there's something inside.
I feel like this is definitely a trap, or at least some kind of thing to hurt me. But I'm gonna go inside anyways.
I mean,
you-
y'all seem like good kids, so.
Are you mad?
Are you here to kill me?
We don't
No.
really know.
We
I-
don't know. Yeah, I agree. We don't really know.
Was
I
not
think that's
lying.
definitely the first honest thing I've heard.
Okay.
Come inside.
I just slowly go and pick up my dagger in shame.
Just gonna wander inside. Just pure. I wasn't lying about the confusion.
Is that?
Yep.
It's clear he's going in as well.
Yeah, he's going in as
Okay.
well.
All right, then I'll go in.
Head in.
He heads in
I'm
first.
Sticking right
He
by
keeps the
Shane
door
the whole
open.
time.
Starts counting you. 6 of you. He sent 6 of you for me. And a dog. I don't know what the dog is, but I can see little markings. I assume it's a little turmoil.
I mean, little is a very broad term for this dog. He's very big.
Oh, you've got yourself a big one. Nice.
I'm just gonna whistle for Azorma, like to outside the doorway.
He likes peanut butter.
Kind of like a gopher head. Gopher. Yeah.
Yeah, go first.
I'm
Can I
just gonna kind of.
I would like that art,
I
please.
want
I would
that.
like the animation of observing. Like,
Can I want to slip Apollo a piece of jerky. Just go up to you. What to do with it?
So, if you're not here to kill me, what are you here for? Arresting me?
Give to Azorma.
Taking me back to the trials?
Technically,
That's what someone told us we're supposed to be here to do. But to be fully honest, we don't remember being told that.
Y'all look a little bit lost.
or how we got here. Did you see someone with a book a little bit ago?
A book about engineering.
Can't say I have.
Do you have a map of where we are right now?
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, of course I do. Do you need a map?
Yes, please.
Actually, that'd be great.
We'd also like to know what year it is.
Also would be
Yeah.
helpful.
Oh my. I'm an old man. I don't.
Okay, but you have a map, but not a calendar. Okay.
The map's over there, and he just continues thinking to himself, trying to figure. Okay, 2256. No. 66? No, that can't be right.
Need to learn what time is it the spell.
But you're from the year 2236, as far as you remember. And you were in the year 2191 earlier.
2236.
2236 is when you're from.
Does 2236 ring a bell?
I think I had some good wine that year.
And what
Was
year?
that this year?
Oh, no. That would have been a while ago.
Okay. Well, that's great. Also, quick question: what year was it that you said we were in the past?
Oh, it was 2191.
2191.
And you're originally from 2236.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Awesome. I'm gonna look at this map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the map, Strom's the amount of territory they have is massive. It even spreads into the most of the north. You'd say that this is as close to like global domination you've seen of any kind of map. Waterstrad's still there. You can see that there are a couple of like little smaller continents that were there before, but they also seem to be like based around different territories. You can see names that you can't quite understand. They're in different languages that you don't know. This appears to be hand drawn though. So he's probably the one who made it.
Is it still easy to kind of tell where Aldrich would have been?
You're roughly in the space.
Okay.
You think it's very likely you're where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Just maybe not when.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you go ahead.
Has Strom always had this much land?
As far as I can tell.
I remember something a little smaller.
Was there maybe a war in around 2236?
Oh, there was a big one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That is all
A
right.
couple decades back, big one. Just places started getting destroyed. Waterstrad used some pretty big bombs, and then Strom bombed them back.
Was there by any chance any sort of free cities or free nations, perhaps led by a chimera?
That'd probably be Waterstrad.
Was led by a
Don't see
chimera?
many of those like me, much anymore here.
Like at all? What happened to all the Chimera?
There's you. It's very little comparatively.
And the groups of people that have been set out after you in the past that you mentioned, were any of them Chimera?
No, this would be the first. So you were sent for me. Interesting.
I mean, maybe.
Technically,
Like I said, that's what someone told us, but we don't actually remember that.
I mean, we kind of already answered that question for you.
Yeah, but I'm an old man.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind repeating things because honestly, the more times I say it, the weirder it gets.
Ultra.
Yeah.
Uh, So, who's in charge of Strom right now? Who is there? Do you know who's the Prime Minister is? Or the War Minister?
Prime Minister. Oh, they haven't called them that in a long time.
Right. Okay. Well, what's the name now?
Okay, I need to make sure I don't use the same one as North Korea, because that'll be bad.
That tells me the vibes we're looking for.
Yeah, those are the vibes we're looking for. It's kind of around of like supreme ruler, supreme. It's up there.
We love it.
And do you know who's in charge of Waterstrat?
Oh, I feel bad about everything that happened down there. Used
What?
to do some work for them, Once. I can't remember his face. I remember there being a man, a very nice man, a good man. And then, not much after. There's also a girl, a young girl. Hmm. There was a woman. Long time ago. But since that time, Waterstrad's really gone downhill.
I see.
Huh.
And who was it that you said was in charge of Strom? You just said they were a supreme.
Yeah,
Leader.
Alexander Gio.
Okay. I mean, I guess that tracks.
Junior. Junior.
Looks at
Interestingly
Alex.
enough,
Yep, looks at
looks very
Alex.
similar to him, just, younger.
Younger?
Fuck.
Well, he's younger.
Oh, okay. Huh. I was like, wow, what are they doing? Okay.
I'm the, I mean, someday, but
Okay. Totally fine. Totally. Don't think about it. Don't have a panic. It's fine. Was there ever any kind of, if you might recall, uprising or usurping by one from the Rashad family, maybe? Someone being voted
it's
in?
very, very bad what happened to the Rashads. You kind of look like one of them.
Really? I hear that all the time. What happened to the Rashads?
Most of them were publicly executed.
All right. Yep. Good to know. For what crimes again? I'm a little fuzzy.
Speaking against the great ruler, all that.
Gio Jr. He had them executed publicly.
Oh no, that was Senior. It
Okay.
was Junior who killed Senior.
I suppose that's something.
Oh dear.
I just.
Please give me one moment, and I'm just gonna step away and stare into the middle distance.
I just.
Look over at everyone.
Guys,
I don't know.
we really done fucked up.
How? There's certain things we couldn't have done. Just physically impossible.
I mean, is it though?
I mean, we all met Matthias while he was conflagration. How did we change that to where he never was?
I don't know.
We couldn't have done that. We all.
She said she was talking to someone for a while, but he had sad things in his heart and had bad intentions.
Yeah, he was planning on building a system to create versions of himself for a child.
Oh, it's in your head. I don't hear that.
That's
Damn
in
it.
my head.
Fuck.
Oh, that's bad.
I think they were cloning, was what he was looking into.
What's bad? All of it's bad, honestly.
Well, I mean, I don't want to add flame to the fire. No pun intended.
I think he had a child who he lost, or a wife, something like that, and he wanted to just bring them back.
So, Matthias,
It's funny, I don't remember his face.
cloning,
Oh, you mean,
possibly dead wife?
I think he might have been doing that in the last time and just got away with it. Or someone was.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of Noras.
But
Now there's no Nora.
the dame doesn't remember his face.
Okay. Everything's awful.
I'm just gonna call them the dame.
It's an amazing name, honestly. I want to cry. I don't know why I said that.
Really? You don't?
I
think you do.
I don't know why I said it out loud. Is more that I just wanted to keep that inside.
I'm gonna hug Dorian.
But I do think that there was that one Rorini, Rivali,
Rowena.
Rowena, yes. She was the one who started everything.
Yeah.
But
That's what-
she went to Waterstrad, I believe, and tried to put together an army, I think.
Okay, that tracks with some things, I guess, if another location
She tried to
ever exists.
recruit me, but it's frankly, it's very hard to find me, and most people die before they get to my door. Very good for all of you, really.
Amazing.
Why?
How'd you get past the wolves?
The wolves.
Wolves?
There's wolves.
Wolves?
Oh. Well, very impressed.
Were they busy helping lesbians in a cave?
Maybe.
Okay.
I might have been underground doing a thing. There was some less. We heard it was a whole thing. Okay, so time awful. I hate it. I hate existence. Honestly, not worth it.
Are there any Rashads left?
I think just her.
Oh, amazing! I love it. What? I can't. There's a baby, and they. Oh my god! All right, that's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
There might be others. I don't know. I'm not in touch. Do you look at me?
No, that tracks.
You're
I'm actually
very
crazy.
I
oh
okay.
crazy about plants. I bet.
Old crazy Bastion living in the woods, feeding people to wolves, you know.
I was going to say living in the wolves doesn't make you crazy, but that part, I don't think that does either. But don't do it. Really, it's not even a fully balanced diet for a wolf. I mean, we don't even feed ours a balanced diet, but I feel like it's whatever. So how how did any of us do any of the how?
I don't think we can
What are you
put that
talking
together.
Was there an attack in not Aldrich, in Strom of perhaps a massive harbinger
Oh.
elk?
I think, yeah, I remember that.
Do you actually, or are you saying yes, you remember that?
Yeah, that might be it too.
Okay, you're great to get information from.
I mean, what did we tell people? Did we find you? Did we not find you?
Well, I mean, if you want to live, you can just leave. If not, I
Yeah.
can turn into a bear right now and just eat you all.
I mean, you've been really helpful, so I
That
don't think
sounds
we actually want to take you back.
unbearable.
Oh my
You're just being all nice. You can't. If your meal is kind, I guess they can just leave.
goodness. Every word you say makes my brain hurt more. Okay.
So we go back, say we didn't find him, or that we got our butts kicked. We look terrible anyway. We could probably get away with that.
They were a bunch of wolves. We had no chance against them.
Yeah.
But if we were told that we've done this, but
If we've done it a bunch of times, then they might give us leniency, though. Because clearly we're capable.
or they would have a higher expectation of us, and if we fail to deliver, they might be even more upset.
Also, I don't know if I go to that school.
We could just roll up looking like we got the shit beaten out of us.
Are all of you talking about time travel?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Confidential.
I have some
You know
hats
about
for
time
that.
travel.
You have some what?
Hats for that.
Hats for time travel?
If the time travel people are trying to get you, I've got some hats for that.
Can I see them?
Sure.
Is he just gonna
Chosen.
walk out in tinfoil?
Gonna grab some tinfoil, some like
Right. I was really hoping it was like a magic detect magic just to be safe. Any kind of
no,
enchantments
but
on
you
that?
see, you need to understand. I made this from lead. It makes it so they can't detect you.
It's actually not a bad
Yeah,
idea. It does.
yeah.
It is preventing my detecting abilities. So it's not that insane, actually.
It's just enough lead that they can't get into your head. That's how I say it.
What if we roll back up looking like we've had the shit beaten out of us?
I mean,
I
we
can do
do. No, you don't have to. We already do. I mean, didn't we just come from the Harbinger fight? So we're all still fucked up. We're just healed. We're just rested. I mean, we kind of already look like that.
That's true. I don't particularly want to take him in.
I don't know who this man is.
I don't want you to do it either.
So I don't
Yep.
know what his crimes were.
I don't either.
Because
Murder.
I'm trying to play the card of not knowing, and you keep giving me information.
I mean, it's only like 15, 16 by now.
So
What?
you've killed more people than just the
Oh,
smuggler?
I killed the diplomat. He was a bastard. But then they sent people like you after me, and I killed them too.
Sir, I
Wait,
was
were
trying.
they kids?
I mean, some of them were, but it was only because they tried to kill me first.
Sir, I was really trying to go on the. Oh, I don't know anything about him, so we have no real reason to ever attack him. We'll just
It's
leave him.
self-defense.
It's really not. But okay.
mean,
it is, but it also isn't. It's a whole
we-
thing.
We did actually kill like four people the other day.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
true.
to be honest, self-defense. I get it. It's fine. Whatever.
Also,
It's
we
only
did.
the one murder.
I did kill people. I did forget about that for a moment.
Yeah.
Actually, we've killed a lot of people thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I haven't forgot that guy with no bones. That's pretty
Oh,
ingrained
Oh, a
in my
guy
mind.
with no bones.
That
That's
tavern.
right.
And the tavern, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
Those all count.
I think we should go now.
I need a therapist.
Do you want some food for the road?
Sure.
Yes.
Why
Yes?
not?
Yes.
Is
As
it-
long as it's
I
not
promise
poison.
100% not human.
That's what I wanted to know.
Oh dear.
I'll take it.
Are you sure it's not human?
Yes, 100%. It's been a while since anyone found me.
Okay. Well, you know
Okay.
what? I'll just take the food and
We'll take what we can get.
eat the meats.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you gonna switch locations after this so they don't just send us right
Oh,
back
yes, I'm
here?
going to pick up the entire house and leave.
Smart.
Okay.
Pick up
that's
the
best.
whole house?
Oh, yes, I can just turn it into a little cube. It's fine.
Can we watch that happen before we go?
If you'd like.
I have so many questions for you.
Sure. I do actually want to watch that.
I would like to watch that.
Yeah.
How do we get past your wolves?
Ah, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's collect some food and watch you shrink your house.
He gives you some food. Looks to be just dried meats that he's been cooking on the slow cooker outside.
It's
I only take half of my portions and then save the other half for Azorma.
Well, there's a lot there. He just tells you to take whatever you want.
Okay.
Then he walks over to a part of his house, begins making sound effects, and then starts walking away. The house doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know
see.
why. Again, part of it's like some of it's actually like realistic ideas, and the other parts I'm like, oh no, how much of this do I trust?
I gotta admit, I was really excited to watch that.
So
Now I'm kind of disappointed.
I'm worried if we look away, it will actually disappear.
Yeah.
Have a good day, all of you. Thank you for not
I-
attacking me.
It was nice to
You're
meet you,
welcome.
crazy old Bastion in the woods that feed people to wolves.
Thanks for answering our questions, kind of.
Right. Thank you.
Kind of is debatable. I
That's
don't
an
know.
avoided fight. All right.
That's our whole thing, avoiding fights.
You know this.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, good for you.
Can I look away and then look back to see if the house
It's
has actually disappeared? Ah, there it is. Okay, there. It just you have to be not looking at it.
Gotcha.
Okay, we should go back.
I give a little bit of food to Azorma.
There's
We
just
should
you
go
know,
back.
there's just the outline of a house in the grass where it's all been dying from. Yep.
Mhm.
Wait.
Just the foundations.
I have so many questions.
I just hate now. I think I hate things now.
Only now?
I've been really trying to keep it positive.
Uh,
Trying to keep it upbeat.
I don't think I ever have, so. Anyway.
I've been trying. I think I'm gonna stop trying.
If we go back to Trauma Haven Academy, library, Rojas.
Just
Mhm.
can I? I'm gonna dig around in my bag to see if I have anything with a hood that can cover my face or something.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I don't go to that school. If all of the shards were
Right.
executed,
I
That's
think.
true.
Let me double check something.
I don't think I'm there.
I have costume clothes if you want them.
Do you have? I'll take those. I'll gladly take it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You're a bard.
go for it.
Okay, well, I guess we should start.
You do know it's hundreds of miles away.
Whoopsies.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, because he was supposed to be in Aldrich, which is not close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I guess we gotta start walking.
I'm so tired of walking, but sure.
Can you ask the person in your head if there was some sort of like how we got here in the first place?
Oh, yes, let me put you on hold real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Madam Dame Smythe, ma'am?
So you let them go.
Yes.
All right.
They
I
didn't-
trust that you have a good reason for it.
they didn't really seem like they deserved to be killed.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Okay.
I'm so confused about what's going on.
I am as well.
So confused. Okay, is that my cat meow or is someone talking to me? Nope, if I die soon, you know why. Okay. So, did we have a way to get back to Strom, or are we just walking?
Well, it is expected that you would meet up with the other team who would then teleport you there.
Okay, and where were we meeting them?
Well, once you had apprehended the criminal, you were to return to the location that only, none of you remember things.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good,
Yeah.
because that's given directly to the team leader, which is Dorian.
So Dorian does go to school with us?
That's correct. Well, how do I word this? He's kind of like a pity. I don't really know.
His whole family, except for Rowena, is just like gone?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. So Dorian would have been told where we're supposed to meet a team to transport us back. Would they have like maybe written it down or just no nothing?
I have a question.
I'm gonna put you on hold real quick. Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
Next, I do pass by.
Do you think that there might be a way that Dorian, you would be able to memories?
I could definitely. I mean, generally, if there's very important information, I put it in my book. So if I forget, the book knows.
Oh, you should check
Yeah,
the
you
book.
write everything down.
Is it? Can I? Flips through the pages of my spell book to see if they're the same as I've always had them, or if they're different now.
They're the same.
Okay, so I didn't write it down. Did I give it my memories? Would it remember? Maybe. I mean, if I gave it my memories, I don't really know how I'm going to access that. It's not really something And I'm thinking slightly hard about it. Like a little too hard staring at my notebook. And just next to me, a little bloop.
Oh my god. Oh, are you seriously? That's what the whole thing looks like.
Oh my
I forgot you were gonna make Clippy. Oh no.
He's a Microsoft wizard. Because you're super squishy.
I've been
Dorian is
staring at these
Microsoft.
eyes.
What even is this campaign?
I've been staring at these eyes, looking back at me because they've been sitting on my desk, upright, looking at me, and they were like slightly tilted to be. It was so good. That's why I've been.
I
giggling.
wish this wasn't water.
Right. Okay.
I just want to say for anyone who's out there, hoping to play the Aldrich Academy game, it's nothing like this.
It's even better.
It's better. It's got more
We're just
Clippy in it.
Plug it.
We're the
plug
chaotic
it. Plug
side.
it. Plug it.
They have taken things. Yep.
Amazingly, I don't know what you're talking about. These are amazing ideas.
Oh god.
Shh, I know, Rowan. This is an excuse to have Clippy.
What's that?
Oh, hi, hello. Hello.
What are you gonna do with this? I am curious.
Honestly,
What you're
what
going to do with this?
was a reason to summon Clippy, but it is a mind with its own it's an extension of my soul, but all of the memories that I put into my spell book would be in this little so
Do you need help with something?
I'm trying.
Is this something I can help you with?
Stop.
Do you need help accessing previous memories? I can help you with that if you need this.
So I mean, I'm going to look at it and go, okay, that's concerning. This is a representation of it. It probably doesn't actually look like this in the real world, purely because it does give a description of what your minds look like, either a wall of
I
text.
know, you just wanted to have googly eyes.
I did. It usually says it looks like a wall of text or a pile of books or an actual like a face, like your own
You just
face.
wanted Clippy.
It's Clippy.
Listen. I paid money to get these. I have different colors.
It's Clippy.
Can I help you access a memory today?
I'm assuming it's just like a scroll, just like a little like ghostly book floating. Let's go. Right. Okay. So that's something. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure it's on my memories, or at least the ones I've been putting in my book, at least.
Just got a new pet. Do they remember where we're supposed to
I'm
meet?
sorry, I didn't understand you.
Right. Do you remember where? If did I put in the information about where we were supposed to meet?
What did you do to this?
I'm having a very serious conversation with this. I don't know what's going on with you.
Oh.
Do you remember
Boop,
if I put the location of where we're supposed to meet in my notes?
boop.
Oh, I mean, correctly though. Rowan is like, it's tied to your soul, so it probably won't have that information, but maybe it does. And if not, shameless Clippy plug. I just wanted to have Clippy out.
Answer. You were supposed to meet 3 kilometers from this location to the north, where you would be greeted by your fellow students who also had teleportation spells. Can I help you with anything else today?
No, I think that's everything. Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
I have so many questions.
I have.
What was
Fuck
that?
is this campaign?
I don't. A totally serious, totally normal campaign with no comedic moments.
We're very serious.
All right, time to set the Clippy eyes down so they can stare at me.
All trauma, no fun. Aldrich Academy.
You just told me my family was executed. I am allowed a Clippy.
I'm sorry. I guess we're actually Stromhaven Academy now, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Family publicly executed? Try Clippy.
So I guess we go 3 kilometers north?
Right? Yes. I don't.
Guess so.
I don't
I've
even
never
know.
been able to do that.
I regret 100% naming this the First War because we haven't done any of the First War story.
Are we even? We listen. Technically, we're past the war now. We've gone
Yeah.
before it and
Yep, it's
after it.
over.
That is
Who
fair.
cares
over.
about the war?
Yep. Next episode will be Stromhaven Academy, episode 17. Like,
Listen, no one has to know. We can just rechange the file names.
oh my god.
Nobody's gonna know.
It's like it
God,
never
they-
existed.
How would they
They
know?
know.
I know. They kind of know.
How would they know? Right, okay, so...
North.
Right, yes, that is the correct way. That is what the floating tome told me. I've never seen one of those before.
Cool. You don't even know what it is. That's reassuring.
Maybe you're a chair now, and you're like an information chair. You're like at
Unlikely.
the information desk of the library.
I would actually...
Information chair.
I honestly would love to be the information desk at the library, but I don't think that's what this is.
And that's your voice in your head just manifested.
I mean, I don't hear them in my head now.
Are you sure?
Searches for voice,
Would
but
you like
doesn't
to try
find it.
again?
Hello.
Right,
Let's
okay.
go north.
I'm gonna
Okay.
start walking
Thank
north.
you.
North.
You're breaking the DM.
We've had the longest facepalm. We've officially gotten our DM to facepalm so long.
Tim, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you even facepalming for?
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm ending
to
the episode.
north.
I need to
We'll
get the
go
focus.
next week. No, I'm
Oh.
done. I'm done for today. I need to figure out what we're doing.
We're going to
Fair
the
enough.
north!
We're going north.
You're
Fair
going
enough.
north. You're meeting up with the people.
Mhm.
Episode done for now.
Okay, that's fair.
We'll see you next week.
Ah,
I need to think.
I've done it. I've succeeded. I won D&D. I have broken the DM.
I knew what I was doing, but then it went. I don't even know what I did anymore.
To be fair, I told you ahead of time that there was going to be a Clippy in this episode.
I know, but I didn't realize I was gonna do that.
The warning was established that a Clippy would appear.
I told
And
you
we
this
didn't
last
listen,
week
And
when I
we
was
paid
like,
for it.
hey, I got the ability now. I told you this
I
2.5
forgot,
months ago
okay?
when I bought it. I bought
I
this
wasn't ready for Clippy.
I bought this months
No one's
ago.
ever
No one's ever
ready for
prepared for Clippy.
Nobody expects
Tribe,
Clippy.
wizards, everyone.
Nobody expects the D&D Clippy.
Well,
think-
thanks for joining us, everyone.
I'm
Please
so
join us
sorry.
next Saturday for the next episode
So crazy.
of Andoria, DM'd by Sid,
Yes.
the master of clips.
Right, you might see an interesting face next week's episode.
I
My God.
I will kill Clippy.
I mean, they're not a physical form, so.
And then after that, we'll have another episode of Stromhaven Academy.
Mm-hmm.
It will be no. I will keep no Clippies. I will get rid of the Clippy.
So everyone, please have
It'll be
a
fun.
wonderful rest of your weekend.
Yep.
Please subscribe and follow. Support our awesome artists
Oh God.
because they have to deal with us.
I don't even know what happened anymore.
Here are all of our artists again. There you go.
Woo!
I mean, I think at least one artist is part of the problem.
See, the artists help with the chaos. But
It was
Beautiful.
great.
everyone
Great
have
session.
a
Thank you for
breakfast.
joining us.
Thank you for
wonderful
joining.
week. We'll see you next time here at
See you
Thembos and
next time.
Dragons.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
I'm Clippy.
Oh, fuck.